The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Well, Mike, on January the 22nd, this man shockingly entered into NWA-TNA to the surprise of everyone. And then on March 19th, in a horrific, bloody battle, hardcore match with AJ Styles, he earned the right to this championship. And then he set the date, April 30th, and Mike, it is here. We are finally at destination time.
Things haven't been the same here in NWA-TNA since his arrival. Raven joined by the Gathering, Alexis and Julio. There he is, the challenger for the NWA World's Heavyweight title. The match we've been waiting for, the match we've been anticipating for months. The man who fulfilled his career-long quest back on November the 20th of last year. But the past 5 months for the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Jarrett, have been as much of a nightmare as they've been a dream. While Jarrett looks to uphold the 50-plus-year tradition of the National Wrestling Alliance, Raven and the group from Sports Entertainment Extreme are committed to gaining the power, the prestige, and the control that go hand in hand with the NWA World title. Are you ready? Because it's time for the showdown, Jarrett and Raven. Let's go to JB.
The following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Nashville, Tennessee, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing first to the corner to my right, he is the challenger. He's being accompanied to the ring by Alexis and Julio. He weighs in at 244 pounds from the Bowery. He is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is Raven.
So many questions to answer tonight in this match. Biggest one, will this be his destiny to become the champion?
And now introducing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Since November 20th, he is the current reigning, undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. This is Jarrett.
And an equal number of questions to answer when we look at the world's heavyweight champion. Can Jarrett keep his concentration level up? Can he stay focused? After all the mind games that we've had here, Don, over the course of the past couple of months, I don't think it's a stretch to say that at this point in time, he looks across the ring at his toughest challenger to date as NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Raven.
Well, Mike, Jeff said it once best, I believe, a couple weeks ago. It was time to become the hunter, not the hunted. He had a bullseye on his chest and his back, and everyone was taking shots at him. Well, he finally just had to put it aside and become the aggressor, and it's on!
They lock it up, collar and elbow, in the opening minute of this great NWA World title match, and Jarrett has Raven pressed up against the corner, and Raven gets a clean break from the champ.
Think about their different styles, Mike.
Exactly, just where I was going.
Jeff, more of the traditional wrestler, and of course Raven, the hardcore, the brawler. So different, but yeah, I believe they're both going to be ready to do what it takes.
Who's going to be successful in this match? The competitor, the wrestler that dictates not just the pace of the match, but also what you just pointed out, Don. Who dictates the style of this match? face of Jeff Jarrett
It's obvious,
tells me
Mike.
that he's surprised that Raven is able to wrestle with him.
I'm going to tell you something. Raven is ready for this match. I believe more than any other match he's ever prepared for. This is the most important match he's ever been in. This is to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. What an entrance he made in January when he arrived on the scene.
And Raven tries to show up Jarrett on the mat, but Jarrett immediately gets to his feet, shoots him off into the ropes, and Raven takes a powder. He bails.
Oh, Jeff right kicks him right through the ropes. Takes over, shows that he can throw the double knife as he slams him into the rail.
Not allowing Raven any downtime. Trying to take advantage of this Jarrett, who sends the challenger back first into the steel safety rail.
Of course, the gathering, and Julio and Alexis are, of course, around the ring. And there you see, right there, Jarrett's going to have to contend with that. That comes with it. He knows that.
And now you see not only Julio outside hooking the leg of Jeff Jarrett, but now Alexis distracting the referee, Rudy Charles, while Julio... Well, you know what? They're both a help and a hindrance to Raven. Running clothesline by Jarrett sends Julio out to the arena floor. In the ring, a pin attempt by Jarrett on Raven.
I'll tell you what, that was incredible there. Wait a minute, here goes Jeff. Oh, he took them both out. He decided to be the hunter again. Wait a minute, here comes Raven. Oh, man.
I mean, it's great for Jarrett that he takes out both members of the gathering, but at the same time, he just lost his focus, and that allows Raven to take control of this match.
I believe Jeff knows that it's early in this match. He's strong enough right now. He's got to take care of Julio and Alexis. He's got to make sure that they don't become a factor later on when Jeff's wearing down.
Raven challenges Jarrett, and then he's ready. Drop toe hold sends Jarrett face first into the steel steps.
Is Raven already cut?
Split wide open as the challenger.
This is going to be unlike any heavyweight title match we've seen here at NWA-TNA. When Raven's there, throw out the rules.
And I can tell you on the opposite side of the ring, both members of the gathering, Julio and Alexis, have a table in place.
Going to try to end this early. Raven would like nothing better than to humiliate Jeff Jarrett right here in his hometown. And he just slams him on the table. I believe Jeff's cut open, but yes, he is.
Both men bleeding from the head as
It's
Raven
already started.
follows up the advantage, driving down a series of vicious rights to the head of Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, wait a minute. Raven's going up high. And Jarrett is right there on the table. No.
Jarrett
off of it.
able to escape, get off the table, and roll back into the ring. Raven off the ropes. Double sledge to the back. Quick pin attempt. Got 1, 2. Jarrett kicks out at 2.
Can't really say who's had an advantage or a disadvantage at this point. They've been trading. But right now, Raven has it. Oh, wait a minute, he's got him.
Well, they're playing to their strengths. Remember the opening minutes of this match. It was a wrestling match, but now it has turned into a brawl, which at this point is favoring Raven, who connects with a knee lift, and you see the blood flowing down the head of Jarrett. You know, at what point is this going to be a detriment to him as far as his vision is concerned?
Right. You know, a lot of people say, well, the same thing's dealing with Raven. I'd say Raven's more used to bleeding down his forehead. He knows how to handle it.
Julio hands a chair into the ring to Raven, but Jarrett gets back to his feet. Series of rights, and now to the ropes. Reversed by Raven.
Right into the chair.
Face first goes the champ into the chair. Pin attempt. Leg whip. Shoulders down. No,
Jarrett
shoulder
fights
off
it
at
out.
2.
I'll tell you something, Jeff Jarrett, though, so sharp, so smart as a champion. He'll take every advantage he can. If he sees a chance to take a breath to get his momentum back, he'll do it. Oh, man, just grinds him.
Knee to the back. Drives Jarrett to the canvas. Goes for the pin. And another 2 count. Raven back to the offensive with the rear chin lock now.
Trying to get Jeff to tap out.
You see Jarrett trying to fight through that pain, trying to fight through the pressure. The gathering members at ringside, Julio and Alexis, look on.
As the blood dripping off of Raven right onto the back of the head of Jarrett. He fights himself back in. Oh, what a kick feel about it. I told you a couple weeks ago, I said it on Explosion. I just felt that Raven was mentally more prepared for this.
Sleeper hold applied by Raven. So many times we've seen Jeff Jarrett go to the sleeper hold. This time Raven applies it, but Jarrett is able to back him into the corner. Momentarily breaks the sleeper, but Raven follows right back up, cinches it in. Ring positioning at this point, pretty good for Raven. It's going to be difficult for Jarrett to get to the ropes to get the break, and now he takes him down.
The air has definitely left Jarrett's lungs. Oh man, Raven is toying with him right now, Mike.
Jarrett in trouble at this point. You can almost see the NWA World's Heavyweight title belt slipping out of his grasp, slipping out of his fingers. And think about Sports Entertainment Extreme. And if they are able to gain control of the NWA World's Heavyweight title, the power and control that they have here in NWA-TNA would be off the charts.
Jarrett's not ready to give it up yet, Mike, as he's fighting with everything he's got.
Jarrett fighting for the 50-plus year tradition of the NWA World's title is to a knee. And now back to his feet. Oh, drop down, the jawbreaker, and that blocks and stops the sleeper hold.
Caught Raven's jaw right on his head. Oh!
Went for a stunner type move that time, but it was almost as if Raven just shoved him off to avoid the contact. But you can see that Raven is still feeling the after effects of that jawbreaker.
Look at the blood there on Jeff Jarrett. Both of them right now, it is going to become a detriment as the blood is flowing.
Referee Rudy Charles checking, putting in the count.
Started it.
Alexis and Julio, the members of the gathering from ringside, trying to cheer on Raven. Raven slowly making his way up.
So is Jarrett, but Raven's up first, and here it is.
First to his feet.
Oh, Jeff, what a right.
But Jarrett lands the first punch, and the second.
And the third. Oh, man.
Clothesline from him, takes him down. The champ sends Raven over.
Kick by Jarrett.
Nailed him with the drop kick. Julio.
He nailed him.
Now Alexis in the ring.
Oh, no. No. You don't belong in there tonight. Oh, Jarrett is taking control right here.
Jarrett, desperation, and Zaguri. The follow. 1, 2. Shoulder up at 2 by Raven. Referee Rudy Charles has had to look the other way, I think, at the interference on the part of the gathering here, because he wants to have a decisive winner in this match. Catapult to the corner goes Raven.
Now he's got him back. 1, 2. Oh, what did you see how Raven kicked Jeff in the head there?
To break up the pin.
He sure did. I'll tell you what, these guys are going to have to pull everything out of their bag of tricks. Oh, what a kick by Raven.
Desperation super kick. Caught
1,
Jarrett.
2.
Legs hook. And another near fall. Another 2 count for the challenger.
Mike, it's been everything you expected. It's been a brawl. It's been a wrestling match. It's been everything.
And this incredible capacity crowd has been on their feet for this match. From the inside. There it is.
Here it is.
Here's the pin.
1, 2. No. I thought it was over.
I think everyone did here at the Asylum. Jarrett so close to retaining the NWA World's title, so close to putting away his toughest challenger.
Oh.
DDT. I don't know whether he caught him with it. No.
He did it.
Again, only 2.
These two are giving it everything they've got. So much at stake. The crowd on their feet, standing room only.
Body drop did Raven. Allows Jarrett to connect with first
They
to
come
kick.
flying out of the ring.
Running clothesline that sends both men over the top rope. Crashing down the Asylum.
Oh, man. Both of them trying to get their bearings. Jeff Jarrett's getting to his feet. Alexis was trying to help Raven, but Jarrett runs him off.
Jarrett remains focused on the task at hand, and that's the challenger.
And there
Raven
it is.
positions him on the table.
Oh.
Repeated rights by Jarrett to the side of the head of Raven.
Top.
Jeff Jarrett, the world champ, moving high risk. Oh, Julio from
just perfect. Oh, man, that hurts just looking at it.
The 238-plus pounds of the world's champ coming off the ring ropes, crashing down, sending Raven through the table. Did that weaken Raven enough?
It had to.
Jarrett to pull it away.
Here he goes. He's got it.
Jarrett motions to the crowd. DDT. He's going to try and beat Raven with his own move. Pin attempt, armor cross.
1, 2, oh, wait a minute. Alexis pulls him out.
Again.
No.
Rudy Charles sending the get on ring.
Telling him to go. Sitting him out.
And Alexis backing up at the orders of referee Rudy Charles, who, like the rest of us, have had just enough of them.
Oh, man.
No. Contact made. Oh, and the low blow by Raven. Referee didn't see it. There was contact with the referee and Jarrett. Rudy Charles down on the floor, and Raven the low blow in the ring.
Jarrett connected with a low blow of his own simultaneously. It's what we got here.
Whoa.
We got the disciples of the new church.
Harris Brothers and Mike Sanders, Sports Entertainment Extreme. Here come the disciples of the church.
They're just brawling out here.
They're here to counter Sports Entertainment Extreme. I don't think they're necessarily here to help Jeff Jarrett,
No.
but it might work out that way. Raven. Oh, no. Raven positioning and calling from the back. And here comes the Extreme Revolution. Oh, no.
New Jack.
Oh, no.
There's no way.
I don't believe it. Raven's plan is working.
No way can Jeff overcome these insurmountable odds.
DVD by Saturn. The Extreme Revolution. Saturn. And he's handing handcuffs to Raven. Sandman. New Jack. Just incredible. All in the ring.
It just goes to show you that Raven has no conscience. Raven will do anything he can to become the champion.
Oh, they're handcuffing the world's champion. Oh, no. Referee Rudy Charles completely knocked out at ringside.
Oh, man.
Now what? Oh, look out!
No.
The Super Kick Concerto using the steel chairs. Oh, we got to take another look at that, Keith. Keith, is there any way we can look at the replay of that?
The Extreme Revolution. Look at this.
And here it is. They hold Jarrett. He's handcuffed, for God's sakes. He's handcuffed. You talk about no conscience. Raven, steel chair in hand. Oh, God. He's defenseless.
No way. We don't have a referee. No.
What the hell's going on here?
What may have just saved Jeff for the moment. Wait a minute.
The innovator of Extreme is back. Sabu.
You gotta be kidding me. Jeff
and retain the NWA World Heavyweight title. And the belt stays with the NWA. And here comes the Dream, former NWA champ Dusty Rhodes.
Jeff Jarrett somehow retains his title as Raven had him, Mike. Raven had him.
That's the picture that tells the whole story of the 50-plus years behind that NWA title. Jeff Jarrett remains the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Don't forget, next week, Don, Anarchy in the Asylum. Will we get a #1 contender for Jarrett? Earning the #1 spot as the #1 contender, winning the gauntlet last week. And Don, we talked about it earlier, he must not let his attention be divided. What about that ongoing situation with Shane Douglas and Father James Mitchell? Will it affect his concentration? He can't allow that to happen. Raven needs tunnel vision. He needs to focus 100% on AJ Styles. The reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion since winning that World's title belt back on June the 11th in a three-way matchup over Jeff Jarrett and Raven. AJ Styles, 5 successful title defenses on TNA programming. Once over Frankie Kazarian, 3 times against D'Lo Brown, 2 weeks back against Low Key. Tonight, the NWA title belt is at stake against the challenge of Raven. And don't underestimate the Russo effect as we see Vince Russo as well joining AJ Styles in the ring. Just yet another distraction, possibly for Raven.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance in cooperation with Total Nonstop Action. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Music City, USA, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, to the corner to my right, he weighs in at 235 pounds and is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This is Raven.
He's got the crowd on his side here at the TNA Asylum.
Introducing, being accompanied to the ring by Vince Russo. He weighs in at 215 pounds, hailing from Gainesville, Georgia. Since June 11th, 2003, he is the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the phenomenal AJ.
About how phenomenal AJ Styles is in the ring.
Absolutely.
Outside the ring, the association with Vince Russo, that's a completely different story.
You know, it's something. You just brought that up, Mike. But just associating with Vince Russo, the crowd reacts totally different than they did when he was back in the X Division. Think about it. He's become a totally different person with Vince Russo at his side.
Did you see the look on the face of the challenger Raven when NWA senior official Rudy Charles showed him, allowed him to touch the NWA championship belt? That in the mind of Raven, well, it's his calling. It's his destiny to wear the NWA gold.
Mike, you said it best. He's got to be completely and totally 100% focused. He can't be thinking about the franchise. He can't be thinking about Russo. He can't be thinking about Father Mitchell. He can only be thinking about one thing, and that's finding a way to break this unbeaten streak of AJ Styles.
Champion using kicks here in the opening minute of this matchup, and there's a third one before Raven sends him into the corner with a forearm. You see that the kicks from AJ Styles, the first three directed at the left leg of Raven, going to try and take Raven's legs out, which you would think, as we see Raven go for a quick pin off the shoulder block, Raven gets a 2 count. You would think it would be the other way around. You would think that Raven's offense would be directed to try and ground AJ Styles.
There he goes.
Raven puts on the brakes, quick roll up, gets 2, kick out by Styles.
Wow, 2 near falls right in a row. Mike, nobody can question Raven's intestinal fortitude, as we didn't even think he was going to be in the gauntlet match last week. Being taken to the hospital. He came back, came in, and became the #1 contender with the victory. When you go through odds like that, you can take on anything, Mike.
Styles charges across the ring, catches Raven coming back in through the ring rope. He's going to go for the Raven effect DDT. Too early in the matchup. Styles able to escape. Now Raven measuring Styles, connects with a pair of rights and
just sends him out.
Fires him through the ring ropes and down to the arena floor. Raven follows up out on the floor, and Styles escapes. Styles gets right back into the ring, and Raven follows him right back. Well, Raven totally focused on the task at hand here in the early going.
Oh, man, Raven just totally being on the offensive.
Yep, he bends him over. Vertical suplex, follow-up pin, and a 2 count.
You know, I don't know. Like you said, it's a different strategy than you think Raven would use, but it's working.
That time Styles ducks the clothesline. Raven catches it, gets him right back out again. Flings him over the top rope. Shoots him right down here in front of the broadcast position.
I mean, he stopped the momentum midstream and then sent it back the other way. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction theory, I guess.
Face first into the steel steps goes the champ, and Raven going underneath the ring. Finds a trash can.
Rudy Charles trying to tell him no, but you know what? As long as Vince Russo's holding a baseball bat on the other side, how can you stop Raven from using a trash can?
Well, you can't stop him, and he just used that trash can with authority, drove it into the head of the champion, AJ Styles, who is down.
I'll tell you what, AJ Styles is cut open too, Mike. I just saw it right here in front of me.
Just taking him back first, driving him into the steel a third time.
You know, Mike, we've seen people like Dino get the advantage on AJ. We even saw Low-Key do it, but nobody has kept it this long like Raven has from the start of the match. He is just literally taking AJ Styles out of this match from the start.
Taking apart the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and again,
Russo's going absolutely berserk.
That's more of the strategy that we expected from Raven in an attempt to ground the high-flying world's champion.
That's got to not only knock the wind out of you, that's got to just do hell on your back like he's doing there.
And Russo on the ring apron, baseball bat in hand, in conference with senior official Rudy Charles as Raven was going for the pin, and quickly Russo drops down to the floor to avoid the contact from Raven.
Look, but you notice how Raven jumped up right away from there. He knew that Rudy Charles wasn't looking and just got right up to get rid of Russo so he could work on, but that gave Styles all the advantage he needed.
Yeah, the low blow, the great equalizer, springs off the ropes, drops down, catches him with the DDT, inverted DDT, and all of a sudden this matchup has evened it. How about this?
Raven's following his Grand Russo, the Gathering.
Yeah, the Gathering.
Taking him out of there.
CM Punk, Julio De Niro.
It's between the two warriors now, Mike.
Now let's settle the score. Now let's settle this championship match.
And I gotta tell you, you know I'm a big fan of this, and I'm a big fan of AJ's too. But I love to see AJ when Russo's not out there. You love to see it.
Mid-ring slugfest. Raven fights back. Repeated right.
Oh, man. Kick by
kick. He drilled Raven in the back of the head with the kick. Sends Raven crashing down to the mat, and Styles is going to go for the pin.
Here he goes.
Far legs hook, shoulders down. Raven kicks out at 2.
Look at this kick right here.
Oh, man, almost took his head off.
I'll tell you what, if Raven hadn't ducked just a split second before, it would have knocked him out cold.
Suplex attempt, and that attempt completed.
I'll tell you what.
Suplex takeover by Styles.
Just because he's only 205 pounds, Mike, don't ever underestimate AJ's strength, because he's got it. He's a physical specimen.
Styles goes airborne, not like we usually see from him. This time dropping down with the knee, another pin attempt, and another near fall as Raven kicks out at 2.
Oh, man, AJ now kind of doing the same thing that Raven was earlier, just kind of grinding it on him, you know what I mean?
Trying to rearrange the facial features of Raven. And it seems as if the chant from the crowd of Go Raven Go has gotten into the skin of AJ Styles.
Well, there's nothing like being a hometown favorite, and he might not be from here, but this crowd here in Nashville love Raven.
Raven ducks the clothesline, comes back with the super kick. Styles down, Raven slowly making his way up. Raven to a knee. Back to his vertical base. Watch Styles, however, from outside, gonna go springboard.
Oh, he caught him perfectly. Man, can AJ be phenomenal sometimes.
Off the springboard, snapped it off. Goes for the pin, but you can see that Raven is positioned underneath the ring ropes, and referee Charles not even going to employ a count at all here. Raven, snap-mared over by Styles, who follows up with another vicious kick to the back. Measures him again. Those lethal kicks to the back.
If you remember, Raven slammed AJ's back against that rail 5 straight times. Let's see if AJ's going to try to do the same thing.
Yeah, and usually now, watch if he leans back with this move. He'll lean back and go, and he goes for the reverse chin lock at the same time.
Oh, Raven, is he going to tap out? There's nobody that can withstand this.
Get the death lock.
Oh, man, he's got
the chin lock employed as well.
Raven trying to fight to the ropes.
Pulling back on the neck of Raven, who's crawling.
Look at the pain in Raven's face. He's going for the ropes.
He's about a foot away from the ropes.
AJ's going to be thinking, how is he doing it?
He's still inches away.
AJ trying to fight him off.
He got the safety of the rope break.
Oh, what determination by Raven, Mike. That's where the size and strength came into advantage. AJ just couldn't hold him.
Styles drops out to the floor, picks up a steel chair from here at ringside.
Rudy Charles telling him, don't you use that.
Styles gonna wedge that steel chair between the top and middle rope. Raven is dazed and confused. Styles follows up.
Oh, he's got to still be in such severe pain after that hold that AJ had on him. Oh, what a kick.
Styles stops on a dime, comes out of the corner, super kick, takes down Raven. And now, well, shades of Raven. So many times we've seen Raven set up the steel chair, use the drop toe hold. Is that what Styles is going to do? Try and beat him in his own game? Exactly.
And he does.
The exact move.
Oh, Raven right now has got to be thinking to himself, what do I have to do?
Pin attempt.
He's got me in total control right now. He's got total control over Raven.
The nonchalant cover from the champion AJ Styles comes back to haunt him. Only able to get a 2 count on Raven.
Referee Rudy Charles is trying to invoke some kind of rules, but this is for the World Championship, and you can't. This crowd would lynch you. They'd lynch you. Oh, not going to work this time.
Raven takes the steel chair, throws it right into the face of Styles, but at the same time, Raven just collapses down to the mat. Both men weaken from this incredibly physical NWA World Heavyweight title matchup. TNA Asylum. The importance of this NWA World Heavyweight title matchup obvious to everyone in attendance here and everyone watching at home.
And here comes Raven. He wants to fulfill his destiny, Mike, and he believes this is it.
Discus clothesline, follows up, shoots him into the corner, off the rope, Drop Styles with a clothesline. Running knee lift by the challenger.
How quickly things can turn. Raven defeated AJ once before in an unbelievable ladder match. Oh, man, Raven's got it.
Place it. Face first bulldog. Two.
No. Oh, what a kick out there by AJ. Oh, Raven, that took some unbelievable win on Raven's part to come up with that burst, Mike. Now he's going to show AJ what the drop toe hold on the chair is all about.
Raven digging down deep, realizing the importance of this matchup. The adrenaline rush is putting him back in control. Drop hold. Styles avoids it.
Unbelievable.
Didn't avoid that chair shot. Here's the pin. Here's one.
It's
Again on the verge of
we gotta
victory.
see that again. Look at the agility of AJ. Oh, but the experience of Raven was perfect.
Raven in the driver's seat has a weakened champion who counters. Raven able to duck under. Gonna go for the Raven effect.
He's got it, no.
No, reverse. Ducks the clothesline. Styles gonna try and snap out the hook.
He's gonna beat him with his own Styles.
Styles clash by Raven of all people. Here's one. Here's two.
Wait a minute. It's Sin.
Sin from the disciples of the new church. Coming out and hooking the leg of referee Rudy Charles.
He's obviously doing the bidding of James Mitchell, Mike.
No question about that. Representing the disciples. And of course the heated situation here for the past couple of months with Mitchell, Shane Douglas, and Raven.
Oh.
Well, look at that. The DDT. Gonna try and beat Raven with his own move.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, I thought it was over. It was that
I
close.
think we all did. But Raven, amazingly, comes up with the guts to kick out at two. Mid-ring exchange. All Styles at this point. Raven rocking. And again, Sin from the disciples of the new church. Father Mitchell's group up on the ankle. Down goes Sin to the barrier.
Oh, Raven was AJ was so focused on Raven. Raven moved away
Here
the
it
last
comes.
time.
Here
it
comes
is.
Raven effect.
Oh, right
no.
into the referee. He's got it still, though, Mike. He's got it.
Time he spiked him.
He connects.
Planted him with the Raven effect DDT. Referee Rudy Charles is down and out.
He's pinned. Unbelievable.
No one there to make the count. Wait a minute. Now who's this? Someone comes. Slash. What's he
Obviously,
got?
he's doing the
Raven one step ahead. Kicks the powder in his face. That's the wrong guy.
Slash doesn't
That's
know
the
it.
wrong guy.
He doesn't know it. He's got the wrong guy.
Gonna use the whirly bird.
He's got the
Styles
wrong
down.
guy.
Raven clothesline slash to the floor.
Everyone, here it is. 1, 2. Not gonna happen. Unreal.
Again, Raven, so close to victory, so close to fulfilling his destiny as the NWA champ, but he came just that much short. Out of the corner, Styles in trouble. Look at Raven going high risk. Raven up
He's
on
got
top.
him on top. Wait a minute, Shane Douglas.
Oh, the franchise Shane Douglas from the back, knocking Raven down.
He's got him. 1, 2. No. What has Raven got to do?
Douglas knocked down to the floor. Slash sent back.
Everybody that James Mitchell sends out, Raven is vanquishing.
Oh,
not
low
that time.
blow from Douglas. No. Styles has him up. Now
No.
Styles is going to try the Styles
following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your main event of the evening. About to make his way to the ring, he weighs in at 248 pounds. He accompanied to the ring by Father James Mitchell. This is the franchise, Shane Douglas.
When Shane Douglas made his first TNA appearance back on June the 11th, he also made his intentions crystal clear to deny Raven his chance to fulfill his destiny as NWA World Heavyweight Champion and to destroy Raven in the process. Yes, Douglas made a deal with the devil, his old friend, Father James Mitchell. You know, that deal, first it allowed Douglas to get his foot in the door, and since he got his foot in the door, Douglas and Mitchell have had tunnel vision to take out Raven.
And his opponent, from the Bowery, he weighs in at 244 pounds. This is Raven.
And here he is. Raven not only denied the opportunity to become the NWA champion by Douglas, he's been the target of the franchise's physical assaults week after week. They met back on August the 13th with Raven winning the battle, but losing the post-match war as Shane Douglas, Father James Mitchell, and the Mystery Man. They've been focused on brutalizing Raven and cutting his hair, and tonight, somebody's getting their head shaved bald.
Well, Mike, we've talked about it. This now has got to a point where it's about dignity, and they want to take the other man's dignity from him. And one other way, just like Samson, as you can see, the scissors there and the shears, just like Samson. To take away his strength, he had to cut off his hair. And that's what it's down to. And like we said, somebody will be bald tonight.
You know, historically in professional wrestling, the purpose of a hair match twofold. Number one, to settle a long-standing rivalry, just like the blood feud between Raven and Shane Douglas. And number two, humiliate your opponent. Take his pride, take his dignity, and that's what happens tonight when one of these two men gets their head shaved.
They're just staring each other eye to eye right here, trying to measure each other up and down.
You know,
there's no fear in either one of these men, Mike. That we know.
In all my years in wrestling, I've witnessed some incredible hair matches. I first remember seeing a masked wrestler named the Destroyer in Los Angeles beat the legendary Gorgeous George. He shaved Gorgeous George's famous blonde locks. It was one of Gorgeous George's final matches ever. This was in the early 60s. I can remember in Mexico seeing Conan defeat Jake the Snake Roberts in Tijuana, Mexico, and shave his head bald. Think back. I think it was WrestleMania 3, Roddy Piper, Adrian Adonis, with Piper winning that maybe most famous of all, most high-profile hair match. And here we go, Raven and Douglas, hair versus hair.
This is not just going to be a physical battle, Mike. This is going to be a psychological war between these two. Any edge that they can get, they know each other backwards and forwards. There's nothing that the one's going to do that the other hasn't seen before. So it's a matter of getting the edge and taking control, Mike.
And taking control is what Raven does, sending Douglas out to the floor, but Douglas avoiding any further contact from Raven, coming back into the ring as we see the close-up right here on our broadcast table. The scissors, the shears, and the mirror. Douglas rings out the arm of Raven, but left himself wide open, exposed himself, and Raven took advantage of the opening, dropping him down to the mat, connecting with a big right hand to the jaw.
It's like Raven almost let him set himself up for it. Just waited. When he got turned around, it came flying.
Don, I'm just getting word from the back. Don Callis has demanded Jeff Jarrett in the ring next week for a one-on-one showdown.
Oh, I gotta see that. You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, I know.
Don Callis challenged Jeff Jarrett to a one-on-one showdown?
That's the word. I just got it from the back.
Talk about power going to your head.
TNA management consultant Don Callis. Wow.
Jarrett will kill him.
Douglas sent in to the steel safety rail by Raven, and Raven is there ready for him as he comes off the safety rail, drops him another right hand.
I'll tell you what I love about this match. It's not going to be anything like we just saw with Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles. This is going to be an all-out war. It's going to be beautiful in its simplicity, and it is going to be an all-out war.
Back to basics is what you're talking about?
Yes.
It's an outright fight is what it is. This matchup, not about executing high-risk moves. This matchup is about finding...
It's about pride.
Who can dig down the deepest? Who can fight through pain? Who can fight through punishment? And here in the early going, Raven is in charge.
It's also about humiliation.
Raven steel chair in hand, delivers it to the back of Shane Douglas, actually to the front of Shane Douglas. Raven gonna follow up the advantage.
Here we go.
Positions the chair in place, charges at Douglas, drops down with the leg right across the chair. He had the chair right across the face of Douglas.
I'll tell you what, Mike, it looked like Raven might have even slipped a little bit, or he'd have connected that head on.
Look at that, using one of the fans here at the TNA Asylum to hold the steel chair, drives Douglas again face first in.
Using another fan. Well, Raven has a way of communicating with this crowd. There's no doubt he's the favorite.
Unofficial members of Raven's gathering out here helping him against Douglas.
Douglas trying to grab the garbage can, and Raven just takes it right out of his hand.
I think Douglas was just going to try and use the garbage can to steady himself, maybe to get back up to his feet, and Raven took advantage of it and threw the trash can right in his face again.
Get him, Raven. Get him.
Referee Andrew Thomas trying to get some semblance of order here, but I don't see it happening, Mike.
You know what? Good call by Andrew Thomas, giving these two men the leeway out here as they fight out in the TNA Asylum. Let's settle the score once and for all. Let's find out who gets their head shaved bald. Is it going to be Raven or Douglas?
Not only that, though, if he did try to stop it out there, that crowd would tear him apart limb from limb, Mike. They came to see a hair versus hair match, and that's what they're going to get.
Raven follows up the advantage. The beating that he just administered to the franchise Shane Douglas out in the crowd at the Asylum, and now throws him back into the ring. Douglas able to reverse him off into the ropes.
Oh, he's got him.
Raven ducks the clothesline, hooks on the Cobra clutch. You know what? I talked to Raven earlier. He said he had a phone conversation this week to try and perfect this move. He was talking to Mark Lewin, the Purple Haze, trying to get Mark Lewin's advice on the Cobra clutch, and Raven has it cinched in. Trying to wear down the franchise Shane Douglas. This is one of those moves that, as the move progresses, the blood in the head of Shane Douglas is cut off because of the Cobra clutch. You see him drop down to a knee. Now trying to get back up to a vertical base, trying to fight it off.
He had to, Mike. He had no choice. But Raven goes right back.
Gonna go for the DDT, gonna go for the Raven effect that time.
Douglas still dropped to the ground. Good move. Oh, and he sends Raven out of the ring.
Caught him with a drop toe hold as Raven charged toward Douglas. And after the drop toe hold, Raven, the momentum as he charged toward Douglas, sent him out to the arena floor. Douglas now trying to take control out on the floor.
Well, he tried to put Raven into the steel steps, but Raven got his hands up there to block it.
Yeah, Raven stopped him, but Douglas able to answer back. A couple of shots to the head. Has Raven at this point in time in trouble outside, and Raven trying to fight back. Couple of lefts, rocked him. Oh, back first. The back of Shane Douglas, sent into the steel safety rail. And now Raven takes Douglas and drives him right into the steel steps. Just what we expected. The brutality that we've seen between these two, nothing less than we expected as Raven follows up.
Raven, Mike, it seems to me, has been in more control in this match than Shane Douglas. He's just methodically just taking his time and controlling the match the way he wants it. Taunting him here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Shane Douglas' head.
I think he's probably had 90% of this match, and again, we talked about it earlier, the latitude, the leeway from referee Andrew Thomas. He's letting him fight. Outside, and again, head first. Raven sends Douglas into the steel steps. Look at Douglas.
He is just
My
gushing
God.
out of his forehead right here as Raven in total control.
Face first. Raven now.
Oh, Douglas far off.
Douglas stops him just as Raven was going to drive him face first and right here to the broadcast table.
Raven went to the well one time too often there as Douglas thought about grabbing the scissors right there and realizes it's not time for that.
Douglas now back to the offensive. Drives Raven into the ring apron. Follows up. Repeated shots to the head.
Oh, man.
Did you hear the impact?
Oh,
Did you hear the impact of that?
Just slammed his head right there on the steps. Was he yelling at you?
How could you tell?
Oh, he had blood spewing out there. Oh, there you see. Oh, as he sees the cut opened up on Raven, Shane Douglas just trying to stay right in it.
Not as if it's opened up enough.
Look at that.
Douglas repeating shots to the head of Raven.
And he's taunting the fans even, showing them Raven's blood.
The physicality, the brutality continues in this hair versus hair showdown. Douglas rolls Raven back into the ring. Douglas out of the corner, going to charge at him. Snaps him over head first and neck first.
Somehow the momentum has turned in this match as Shane Douglas has got control right here, Mike. But we've seen Raven defy all odds many times.
Mid-ring, abdominal stretch applied by the franchise Shane Douglas. Quickly reversed. And Raven's going to go back to the Cobra Clutch just momentarily before he's caught with an elbow.
Oh, it's almost like Shane Douglas has just got new life here. The franchise is, whoa! That's how quickly he can turn, though.
Hip toss takeover breaks the abdominal stretch, but you're right, it's almost as if seeing the blood of Raven flow has turned things around for Shane Douglas. Raven try and stay one step ahead of him. Going to try and put the abdominal stretch on Douglas, and he's able to...
Douglas just flung him over the ropes.
He hip tossed him over the ropes, and I think Raven made contact. I think his body crashed into the ring apron on the way down to the floor.
Man, it's almost like you said, Shane Douglas has just got some kind of strength there from seeing the sight of Raven's blood. And
the adrenaline rush here for Shane Douglas has turned the complexion of this match in his direction. Back into the ring. Is Douglas going to go for a can?
Well, he's got his hand on the ropes, and smartly Andrew Thomas won't let him have the counts. But he's just, look at that, adding insult to injury as he grinds the knee in Raven's neck.
Using the ring ropes for extra leverage. The franchise Shane Douglas. Oh my God.
He's like, you can see the adrenaline. I mean, he's throwing up in the ring.
Well, that's how physical this match is. Pin attempt by Raven, and Douglas amazingly, despite vomiting during the match, Douglas is able to avoid the pin. That shows you how physical. That shows you how much guts. That shows you how much courage these two men have.
Whoa. I'll tell you what, Raven hopefully will see that and seize the advantage.
Raven going to try and seize that advantage. Drops out here to the arena floor. Picks up the steel chair.
Oh, look at you seeing Shane Douglas' right hand. I swear he's got a steel chain he took out of his boots. Yes, he did.
Nailed him with the steel chain, too.
Oh, he threw it away. Andrew Thomas didn't see it. Oh, is he setting him up or what?
Raven got the shoulder up after being hit in the head with a steel chain. Reversal now into the ropes.
Oh, and he dropped Shane Douglas right in it.
Drop toe hold. Face first goes down. Far leg turn. Pin again. No. Only a 2 count.
Oh, man, Mike, it has been back and forth. No one person can seem to get just enough of advantage to take it over. Oh, Raven again puts him into the chair.
Went for the bulldog charge down the corner. Don't know if he made great contact that time with the chair or not. And as a result, Douglas is able to avoid the pin and escape again at 2. Reversal now. Douglas shoots him off. Raven ducks the clothesline. What a super kick. He took his head off with the super kick.
Did you see how he measured it up there? It was almost like he didn't look like he even had enough room.
Here's 1. Here's 2.
Oh, wait a minute.
What the?
Slash.
Slash pulled the referee
match was
Raven
over.
had him.
This match was over, Mike.
Raven had him beat. Raven had the 3 count.
I'm so tired of this. The Douglas can't take Raven on one-on-one. Look at this.
Mid-ring collision. He went for the Bulldog again. Contact made. Slash down. Referee Andrew Thomas down.
We saw this when Raven had to take on AJ Styles. He had to try to defeat all odds. Every time you turn around,
here comes Sin, one of the other members.
With a super kick.
One of the new members of the Disciples of the Church. Father James Mitchell's team. And now, Sin and Slash putting the boots to him. Now what?
This is just wrong, Mike, today.
This was the way we were going to settle it. One-on-one, man versus man.
Oh, every time. It's just almost like the jealousy that they feel for Raven. The hatred they feel for Raven. They can't let it go. They can't just let Raven and Jake deal it on their own.
Father Mitchell's disciples Slash and Sin putting the 2 tables into the ring. And now holding Raven. Referees down, referees out. And Douglas with...
Right, here comes Julio.
Here comes the gathering.
And CM Punk, they're both in the ring.
Julio De Niro, CM Punk, members of Raven's gathering coming from the back.
Well, finally, though, Raven got somebody to come to his aid. Oh, that's Julio takes Slash out.
That's the way.
Takes out Sin.
That's the way to even it out.
That's right. Make it back to one-on-one.
And the gathering have cleared the disciples from the ring as they battle up the ramp. Douglas, the franchise, positioning one of the wooden tables in the ring. Raven fighting him up.
Raven's got it.
Spiked him, dropped him with the DDT. Hooks a leg.
Here goes.
Pin 1, 2. Here's shoulder got
How
up.
is Douglas doing this? He's fighting off fatigue. He's fighting off nausea. He's fighting off sheer adrenaline. But Raven gonna try to put an end to this.
Raven now. From the middle rope.
Oh.
Now going to go up top. Going to try and superplex him through the table.
Oh! Douglas threw him into the table.
Douglas reverses him through the table. 1, 2.
No!
Incredible! Raven digs down deep this time, and Raven gets a shoulder up at 2.
The good news is, Mike, it's back to man on man. Let's settle this right.
Douglas positioning another table. Referee Thomas getting the table that's been broken out of the way. You're right, Don. This is the way to settle it one-on-one between these two without that kind of interference. We don't need that crap.
No.
Let's settle this man against man.
He thought he had Raven. Look at this.
DDT through the table. My God.
Here it is.
Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's what? Did he have him? The lights out. What the hell? What the hell? Raven had him.
Mike, it's over.
Raven had him. No, I never heard the bell. The lights out. The lights out at the asylum. Raven had him pinned. Raven hit him with the DDT through the table.
What? The mystery man.
Oh my God! It's Vampiro.
Oh, man. This is just wrong.
Vampiro's the mystery man. Referee Thomas is laid out.
Oh, you SOB. Oh.
Vampiro, the international superstar from Mexico with the MLL, with Puerto Rico with IPO. No! way! No way!
The winner of the match, the franchise, Douglas.
If Vampiro was the mystery man, we've been wanting to know who it was for months. It was Vampiro all this time.
Mike, though, this is wrong. There's no way they can allow this. Hopefully the referees, security, they cannot allow this to be, his hair to be cut, Mike.
I mean, I wouldn't even blame Raven if he refused.
No, he can't do it.
How could you blame him even if Raven refused?
That was not. How do you like us now, Asylum? Welcome to your destiny, Raven. Don't let him do it, Raven. How do you like your hero now?
Look at Raven.
You didn't earn it. I told you you didn't earn it. Oh, no.
They're shaving his head.
No, they're not. This is just wrong,
It's your destiny. It's your hero's destiny.
Douglas made a deal with the devil.
My God, this is just wrong.
Vampiro, the franchise, and the
How do you
devil.
like it, Raven?
They just delivered Raven.
Come on.
Holy
Cheer
cow.
for your hero now.
They just delivered him straight to hell.
Mike, this is the wrong type of humiliation. I can't take it. I can't even watch it, Mike. This is wrong.
Don West throwing down his headsets. Damn it, I don't blame you, Don. I don't blame you. And now, putting the mirror up, forcing Raven to look at his own image, his head-shaped bald.
At your destiny.
This is BS. This sucks. I've lost my objectivity, and I don't give a damn. There you see the ladder around ringside. And close by, the penalty box. We'll go over the rules once again. Here come the competitors. And here comes the Wildcat, Chris Harris. He's now convinced everyone that he's ready, that he belongs in the NWA World's title picture. But Don, until he takes the next step, until he's crowned NWA champ, he'll be labeled only as a top contender. If it boils down to size and power, this man, the Wildcat, could become champion tonight. Second reign as title holder. Came to a screeching halt 2 weeks ago tonight. The numbers game caught up to AJ. He battled Raven. He battled Chris Harris and Ron Killings on even terms in the deadly draw. But he couldn't survive a Jeff Jarrett guitar shot that led to the title win for Ron the Truth Killings. Raven has felt that it's his destiny to become NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. But for well over a year, it's been destiny denied for Raven. He's already tried to eliminate AJ Styles. We saw that earlier. Said he was going to take out the other challengers. But it looks to me like AJ's still standing. Losing the NWA World's title in April, we all know that Jeff Jarrett would eventually get the contractually guaranteed return match on his own terms. But it was Vince Russo's decision to put 5 men in the equation. It's the king of the mountain. It may not be what Jarrett expected, but can he overcome the odds to become the first 3-time NWA champ in the TNA era? We're gonna find out tonight. Week. We heard it from 3 Live Crew. They made the impassioned plea repeatedly from Conan and BG James. They said to Vince Russo, just give Ron the Truth Killings his rematch. 2 weeks ago tonight, the Truth got his chance. He capitalized. He won the deadly draw, and he is Heavyweight Champion.
Think about it, Mike, today. What a way to defend your title for the first time. Overlooked in all this, and I feel the pain of one of the two killings. It should have been a one-on-one kind of match. I mean, right away, first title defense, 4 other people in the ring. The ring is going to close in on him. Let's see if he can come out of this with the belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance under the direction of Director of Authority, Vince Russo. Your officials for this match, TNA officials Mr. Andrew Thomas, Mike Posey, and TNA senior official Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Music City, USA, it's time for your NWA Heavyweight Championship main event bout of the evening. This is the first ever King of the Mountain match. Fouls count anywhere, and a pinfall enables you to give you the right to climb the ladder and hang the belt overhead. Introducing, first of all, the challengers. To my left, from Fort Wright, Kentucky, he weighs in at 247 pounds. He is the Wildcat, Chris Challenger number 2, weighing in at 244 pounds, from the Bowery, this is Raven. Challenger number 3, to my right, standing on the ladder, he weighs in at 215 pounds. He is a 2-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World. From Gainesville, Georgia, he is the phenomenal AJ Styles. Introducing the final challenger from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He weighs in at 235 pounds. He is a former 2-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world. He is Jeff Jarrett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, weighing in at 225 pounds, and hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, he is a 2-time and the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world. He is Ron the Truth Killers.
Let's try and reset it for you. Historic, first ever King of the Mountain. Falls count anywhere in the Asylum. Important to note. I guess, Don, the key would be to get a pin or a submission win, because once you score that win, you are then eligible to climb the ladder for the balance of the match. When you lose, when you are pinned or submit, you go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. The key is to hang the championship belt, become King of the Mountain, and become NWA champ, and the action is already underway. Harrison Killing's in the ring. Styles and Jarrett outside here on the floor.
Oh, if you can see the actions taking place, as right here is AJ Styles throws Jeff Jarrett right on the announce table. In the ring, you see Ron the Truth Killings, and Wildcat Chris Harris's Raven pulled the truth out. You made a good point. Once you score a pin, you're eligible to climb the ladder or climb the belt. Oh, Wildcat takes out you the rest of the night. But every time you get pinned, you have to go to the penalty box. Every time for 2 minutes.
Absolutely. So bottom line, avoid getting pinned at all costs, and make sure you score a pin or submission victory, so you're then eligible to climb the ladder for the balance of the match.
You know, being out there doesn't mean anything. If you don't score a pin, you cannot gain the championship at all.
Oh,
AJ Styles set him up and levels it.
Jarrett has been waiting in the weeds for this opportunity. He finally demanded his rematch. He had no idea that Russo was going to come up with the King of the Mountain, and here comes Styles. Oh my!
All the way over the cage! You gotta be kidding me!
We gotta see this again.
We gotta see this again!
AJ went springboard, off the ropes. You're right, completely over the top of the cage that is the penalty box. Let's take a look at the replay on the right-hand side. Look at that. He cleared it with a flip dive.
That was unbelievable!
Pin attempt by Jarrett, look out.
Oh, did he not get it?
No.
Again, another thing.
Another pin,
Count
another pin.
anywhere. Jeff Jarrett showing some great cleverness here, realizing that falls count anywhere.
He sees bodies laid out all over the asylum, and he's trying to pin anybody because that's the rules. Falls count anywhere, and again, once you are able to get the pin, you're eligible to climb the ladder for the rest of the match.
I still can't believe AJ Styles going over that cage.
Wow.
Just when you think you've seen it all, but you know what? It cost him. As you see Jeff Jarrett down there taunting him, and now Raven in the ring. We're going to do our best to keep up with this action. There's so much of it going all over the place. As you see Jeff Jarrett,
oh man,
putting AJ Styles into the ladder and kind of caught him on the neck right there on where the...
Right, where the extension of the ladder, where the bar connects the two sides of the ladder. He dropped him right across that. Back to the action in the ring, where Raven is almost challenging the champ, Ron Killings, to get to his feet.
Keep your eye on the wall, Cat.
Chris Harris perched up on top.
Oh, he takes down Raven.
From the top of the penalty box, Chris Harris with the clothesline. Back up to the ramp area. Jarrett and Styles fighting it out.
I'll tell you what, man, we got so much action, but Ron the Truth Killings caught the Wildcat with an unbelievable kick in the middle of the ring.
Up on the ramp, you saw the snap suplex by Styles on Jarrett. Back to the ring area. Killings tries to shoot Harris off, puts on the brakes. Look out. Collision between the Truth and Raven.
Oh, you can see right here the action. You got to have eyes in the back of your head. That's why you've got three officials out there. You got the three referees. You've also got Vince Russo. And remember, once somebody is pinned, then Vince Russo will hand the belt to the guy who committed the pin, and then that way they're eligible.
And when you are pinned, you go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. So basically, when you lose, you're taken out of the match for that 2-minute period. Jarrett off the top, cross body block, roll through by Styles. 2, no!
AJ Styles almost scored the first pin, and again, just to remind everybody again, like we had earlier, falls do count anywhere.
Drop toe hold by Jarrett. Styles, face first, right into the middle turnbuckle. Attempted to suplex his block. A second time it's blocked. Standing switch by AJ.
Jeff Jarrett fighting through right here. You know he wants that belt back to become the first three-time NWA World Champion.
He's going for the stroke. He went for the stroke. AJ blocked it. 2.
No.
Styles and Jarrett continue to fight in the ring.
Oh, Jeff.
Roll up by Jarrett. 2 package. No. Another near fall.
Oh, look at AJ Styles. He's incredible.
He's got him. 1, 2.
Oh, look at this.
Styles clash. Styles clash. He got it. Styles clash by AJ.
Roll him over
and pin him.
1, 2, 3.
Jarrett goes to the penalty box for 2 minutes, and AJ's got a chance to climb the ladder.
To enter the penalty box for 2 minutes, AJ Styles, now the sole competitor eligible to take the ladder and the belt to the top.
As soon as Jarrett is put in the penalty box, the clock will start. We're going to have it on the screen. You'll see the 2-minute countdown. Meanwhile, AJ's got the ladder in the ring, guys. AJ's got the ladder.
This is his chance right here. And remember, the directive authority hands him the leg, and there he goes. All he's got to do is get up there real quick. He doesn't have to pull it down. He's just got to hang it up.
Of course, the key for the other competitors, deny AJ the chance to climb the ladder. But also keep in mind, because AJ scored the pin. Oh!
What a move there by Raven. Using the ladder to his advantage. Oh, and there's the spear by Wildcat.
Harris pin is 1, 2. He's got it, Raven!
Chris Harris is eligible.
Oh, wait a minute.
That penalty box is going to get off.
You're not kidding. We're going to have Raven and Jarrett both in the box. Keep in mind, Chris Harris now eligible, along with AJ, to climb the ladder and hang the belt.
There's no way that Raven and Jeff Jarrett can coexist in that penalty box, as you can see right there.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting little sidebar, isn't it?
Now remember, Wildcat Chris Harris is available, and AJ Styles is eligible. Both of those.
Wait a minute.
What's going on here?
Jarrett's having a little meeting of the mind with Raven, almost as if he's trying to talk him into something. You see the countdown clock. The 50 seconds is Jarrett's time left in the box. The minute 40 and counting down is Raven's. And you know what? They are coexisting, at least momentarily.
Well, look at this. If you'll see, they're whispering each other's ears right now. Oh, as AJ Styles throws Chris Harris out of the ring, AJ's got a chance. He can get the belt. There he goes.
Right, with Harris out on the floor, AJ, he's eligible to climb the ladder and hang the belt and get the title back.
Oh, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on between Raven and Jeff Jarrett.
Almost as if they're plotting. Did you see the way that they were motioning back and forth?
And there he goes. He's got it.
AJ close.
Around the truth, Killings has got a hold of the belt. He's fighting.
Hanging on for dear life to his championship belt. The countdown is for Jarrett to come out of the penalty box. His 2 minutes is now over.
And Jeff Jarrett is now back.
Jeff Jarrett is now eligible to be in the match.
He's back in the match, but right now, remember, keep in mind, only eligible to climb the ladder and win the title. Harris and Styles. Chris Harris going up the ladder, but he dropped the belt.
Oh, no, he's got to go back down and... Oh, no! Well, he was reaching for the belt. Rather true Killings caught him with the axe kick off the rope.
In the cover, and 2, and 3 count.
Ron the Truth Killings is now eligible. Chris Harris must now go in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
All right, Killings can now climb the ladder. Harris sent to the box for the 2-minute time period. The countdown on the screen shows that Raven is under 15 seconds before he's out.
Well, you can see right there, I mean, Raven trying to hold on to get into the cage. These two guys have such a hatred for each other. And look at him. As soon as Wildcat gets to the cage, he doesn't waste any time.
Wildcat unleashing the offensive on Raven, but Raven is able to quickly turn it around and get out of the penalty box. Watch Jarrett. Oh, power bomb on Killings. Killings was taking the belt up the ladder.
Remember this, though. Raven and Jeff Jarrett are not eligible to win this at this point.
Right, because they have not scored a pin.
Only AJ Styles and only Wildcat Chris Harris.
Right, 3 of the 5 eligible at this point in the match to climb the ladder and hang the belt and become champ.
Jeff Jarrett just threw the champ right into the ladder right there and just doing this such fortune.
And
now,
look at this,
they're doing teamwork.
Coexisting, they double team AJ.
Oh, man.
And drive him into the ladder. Who would have ever thought it? Raven and Jarrett working as a team, working in concert?
Well, eventually they're going to have to go ahead each other, but right now they figure it's in their best interest as Jeff Jarrett just brings the ladder right into AJ.
Using the ladder as a weapon. As a weapon. First for Styles, then for the Truth.
Oh, wait a minute. Raven is throwing tables into the ring. Look at this. There's already one in there.
There you see, over the shoulder of the NWA Director of Authority, it was his idea, Vince Russo, for this King of the Mountain match to finally settle this chaotic situation revolving around the NWA World Heavyweight title.
Again, working in concert. I don't believe this. I don't believe I'm seeing.
Raven on one side of the ladder, Jarrett on the opposite side, and they're going to charge. And they drive the ladder into the chest of the champ.
And now they go right at AJ Styles and drive it into his chest. Oh, no.
Oh, man. Drop the ladder down across the back of the Truth.
They may not be eligible to win the title, but they're wreaking havoc right now. As Wildcat's got about 10 seconds left, and then he gets out of the cage.
Oh, now Jarrett
slammed his head down on that ladder.
Fire Styles. And he went face first, and now here comes the Wildcat out of the box.
Oh, Raven was waiting for him. As you see the slugfest going on right here. Oh, Raven. Chris Harris had such a hatred, as I mentioned earlier. Raven cost Wildcat Chris Harris his shot at the title. He's had to wait and wait and wait, and you know he's never forgotten it.
Wait a minute, Raven now looking under the ring for yet another table?
Oh my goodness, there's already 2 of them in the ring. Now there's a 3rd one in the ring.
And Jarrett's got the ladder as well. Raven sends Styles into the same corner as the Truth. And now this unbelievable formation of a team working together. Jarrett and Raven with the ladder.
Oh, great move there by Ron the Truth, but it cost AJ. And then they came right back and cost the Truth.
AJ gonna try and scale the ladder. He's trying to fight. Look at this. Punches for Jarrett. Kicks for Raven.
Oh, and they just dumped him right out. Dumped the ladder right on top of him.
You know what? AJ put himself in a bad position there. It was an idea. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. On the fly, thinking, improving at all points, but it didn't pay off for AJ that time. Shot out to the floor.
Oh, there's weapons everywhere. You see tables, and you see, again, Raven and Jeff Jarrett working together in concert. Neither one of them are even eligible to win the title, but Ron the Truth Killings and AJ Styles.
Almost as if Jarrett is telling Raven to use the drop toe hold that we've seen him use so effectively through the years. Jarrett has set up the chair for him in the middle of the ring, and there it is. It was hard to believe that they could coexist for as long as they did.
You knew it couldn't happen. You knew the egos would get in the way. Both of them have such big ones, and you see the drop toe hold going right there. Yes, Raven does the drop toe hold on the chair on Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, it was Jarrett's strategy. It was his idea to set up the chair, and it ended up backfiring, and look at the left hands from the Wildcat on Raven.
Well, partners no more as Jarrett and Raven. You see the Wildcat coming through.
He left his feet to deliver the blow with the clothesline, and then so did the Truth, flying forearm by Killings. Harris and Raven square off on one side of the ring. Jarrett and the Truth on the opposite side. Corner mount. Truth and Harris. Repeated shots for both Raven and Jarrett.
AJ Styles still outside the ring after that unbelievable blow that Raven and Jarrett gave to him. As you see, Ron the Truth Killings take Jeff Jarrett out of the ring. Again, if he can pin him down, well, actually he doesn't need to pin him because Ron the Truth Killings is already eligible. Jarrett and Raven need a pin.
That's the key. Styles, Harris, Killings. 3 of the 5 eligible to climb the ladder as the battle between Harris and Raven has now gone outside the ring area and to the back of the TNA Asylum.
You know what, though, Mike? It's still good to pin your opponent if you can, because they still have to go to the penalty box. So
absolutely.
You get
narrows the numbers game.
That's right.
No question. Truth back in the ring. And of course, he is one of the 3, along with Styles and Harris, who are eligible to climb the ladder and hang the belt.
And you see Director of Authority Vince Russo always available. If somebody gets the ladder up, he hands them the belt, and this is their chance. Ron the Truth Killings.
This is it. All the Truth has to do, he's got to climb the ladder and hang it. He's king of the mountain, then he keeps the title. AJ!
Oh, AJ Styles out of nowhere kicks him off of the ladder. I'm going to tell you what, when you get on that ladder, you can't waste a second.
Yeah, but think of what they've been going through. Think of how grueling this match is. So, I mean, it's pretty difficult at this point in time
to even have your balance on the ladder.
And to just fly right up the ladder. You almost have to regain your senses. Clear the cobwebs, just like AJ's doing right now. AJ making his way up. He's got the belt in hand.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett's got him, though. But AJ's trying to fight it off. Here comes the slam, and he does it. Oh, wait a minute. AJ was able to reverse it on Jeff as they both go out.
Jarrett tried to powerbomb Styles, but Styles was able to take Jarrett up and over the top using his leg strength. Both tumble out to the floor.
Wildcat Chris Harris right here, and now he's got a chance. He's there, and here comes Vince Russo to give him the belt.
Russo coming up the ring
step. And he throws it to him.
Tosses it into the Wildcat.
Here he goes.
Scale the ladder, hang the belt, and you win the title.
Wildcat Chris Harris is this close.
Real close. All he's got to do is extend the belt up.
And he's trying to grab it, and he can't quite get it. Here comes Raven.
What's Raven got?
Oh, they throws the powder in his eyes.
Raven throws powder and then drags Harris down off the ladder.
Oh!
Raven effect DDT. Here's the pin. Here's 1. Here's 2.
Now Raven's eligible.
Raven is now eligible. Chris Harris must go to the penalty box.
Raven now becomes another of the wrestlers, 4 now out of the 5, basically everybody but Jarrett, who can win the title, who can climb the ladder. But at the same time, Harris is out of the picture for the next 2 minutes once they put him in the penalty box.
And here goes Raven. He's so close. This is Raven's chance. Is it his destiny? Is his destiny going to be fulfilled? Not if the Truth has anything to say about it. Not if the current champion has anything to say about it.
Killings elevates Raven, who goes face first into the top turnbuckle.
Oh, you see the knee there of Killings as he sends Raven out to the floor.
Oh, and the clip from behind by Jarrett.
But Jeff Jarrett again, not eligible to climb the mountain.
Boy, that's right.
Oh, he's going for the stroke.
Jarrett's got to get a pin here.
Oh, over the rail.
From the ring apron. All the way to the steel guardrail and a 3 count. Jarrett's eligible.
Jarrett is now eligible. The Truth must Let's now go in the penalty box.
Wow. Falls count anywhere. Jeff Jarrett took advantage of it. Everybody's available. Any one of the 5 can win the title. And Jeff Jarrett's in the ring. All Vince Russo has to do is hand him the belt.
Almost, you see Russo's got the title belt.
Jarrett's telling him to bring it.
Yeah, it's not exactly like with Chris Harris where Russo tossed him the belt.
Oh, wait.
Tug-of-war. The director of authority in a tug-of-war with Jarrett over the title.
Vince Russo doesn't want to give it a belt.
Roll-up Styles, 2.
He's got to go to the penalty box.
Jarrett's in the box.
Let's now go in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Oh, Vince Russo just cost Jeff Jarrett right there.
And now, with 3 men in the penalty box, Raven's positioning a table on one side. It basically boils down, at least for the next 30 seconds, to Raven and Styles.
I dare you.
And AJ Styles is sliding up. He's got the belt in hand.
AJ climbing up the ladder. Can AJ regain the title? But he senses that he hasn't weakened Raven enough. Drops down off the ladder. Knife edge chop. Forearm shot.
Forearm by AJ Styles as well. Chris Harris.
Harris and Jarrett battling in the penalty box.
Oh, man.
You see the truth is laid out. Harris is out of the box, I believe. It's
Here he comes, and he can't wait a second.
AJ climbing the ladder. Harris quickly comes in from the opposite side. Oh, God.
Caught him in between the ropes and the cage.
He went all the way from the ladder, Don, and he landed on his side right on top of the penalty box, the steel cage penalty box.
Oh, AJ Styles is out. You can see he's in pain right there. As Wildcat Chris Harris had no choice. AJ was that close.
Still in the penalty box. 35 seconds for the truth. About a minute 18, a minute 17 for Jarrett, and Raven has possession of the title belt. Gonna climb up the ladder. Is this it?
He's so close.
Watch
to
Harris. Harris on the opposite side.
Wildcat's following him upside. He's not gonna let him. As you see him raining blows, and these two have so much history. So much history.
Slugfest between the two at the top of the ladder.
They've got to try to keep their balance on the ladder, Raven. Or if somehow the Wildcat can wrestle that belt away. Either one of them, and you see him trying.
Harris, I think, has got a grip on the title. Oh, Raven sent through the table. Chris Harris just has to hang the belt. The truth is out.
Oh, he's not going to let him. You see the truth up.
Look out.
Oh, and he sends the Wildcat into the table.
Back first goes the Wildcat. Chris Harris driven through the table by the truth. Clock on your screen shows that Jeff Jarrett has 20 seconds and under in the penalty box. Who is it going to be? Who's going to take the belt
Look at this
and become
replay
king
here.
of the mountain? Look at the replay. Oh, man.
As everybody right now, Raven went through a table. Wildcat went
Russo
through a table.
telling the truth. Climb the ladder.
And here
Jarrett's
goes
out of the box. Jarrett's out of the box. The truth has got the belt in hand. The truth is slowly making his way up.
Well,
He's been through so much in this match.
He's got to realize that
Watch
Jeff Jarrett,
Oh, no.
he's got it. He's got the guitar.
Jarrett with the guitar. The truth is close. Hang it, Ron.
Oh, he catches him right on the head. And now, Jeff Jarrett has the belt.
It was the guitar shot from Jarrett that cost AJ Styles the NWA title 2 weeks ago. Now, the guitar shot on Ron the Truth Killings. And Jarrett has to reach up. He's got to position the belt into place. Jarrett on top of the ladder. Can he become king of the mountain?
As you can see, part of the thing fell down in all the controversy. Now Jarrett's got to try to rehook it. This is something unforeseen. He's
Jarrett's
got to try to hook it so he can
Jarrett
hook
is
up the
trying.
belt.
He's got the hook in his hand. He's got the belt in the other hand.
Here comes AJ. There he goes. Can he do it?
He's got the belt up at the top.
got it.
Styles is
And
close.
he's done it. It's over.
Jarrett's the champ again.
3 times.
The winner of the match and new NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Jeff Jarrett.
He said he would do it on his terms.
This match has already started. While Monty Brown was coming down the ramp, Raven took the shot at Abyss. Now Abyss is taking it to Raven on the rail. There is no disqualifications in this match, which is the only way you can do it fairly with these two, because anything and everything is possible.
Have to give props to TNA management for making that preemptive move and making this a no disqualification matchup. Pretty obvious when you put these three together that you've just got to turn them loose in a no DQ situation. One fall to the finish, anything and everything goes.
It's going to be interesting to see who gets acclimated to the light quicker, and wow, Abyss just slammed the Alpha Male right into the steel ring post.
And of course, Abyss, without those distractions that he had back in his rising TNA for much of 2004, he's more dangerous than ever.
I still want to know who that mysterious voice was. I want to verify it, and it's kind of gotten behind Abyss, so maybe we'll find out about that. As you see right here, Abyss with the garbage cannon again. Anything that's not nailed down is going to be used in this match. You can count on it.
Feel free to use it as a weapon, and they sure will. Abyss using the Raven and the Alpha Male. Don, think how all three of these monsters have been so close to the NWA title picture, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, for the past several months. The opportunity, the shot that goes to Jeff Hardy tonight.
I'll tell you what, you're so accurate about that, because all of them thought that, wait a minute, here he is. Who is it?
My presumption is, as we look at the rafters from up on high here at Victory Road, that is the mouthpiece, the spokesperson for this monster Abyss.
Well, show your face so we know who you are. Oh, Abyss with the unbelievable torture right there on.
Torture rack into the backbreaker, follow cover, but there you see Raven in to make the save.
Oh, good move right there by Raven. And again, this is one of those you're going to have ice in the back of your head. You're going to have to take advantage of the situation. Now, Raven is looking for a little help from Monty Brown.
Never expected this, but you see them working together. And this breaks right through the double team.
Here they go. Oh, what a move by Abyss. I tell you something, a lot of people think that he's a simpleton, but he's not. In his own way, he is so cunning. And he gets so focused, and you wonder if he might be the smartest man in that ring.
Well, got him stacked up in the corner. Raven moves out of the way, and Abyss collides with the Alpha Male. Chance here for Raven. This clothesline takes him down. Wow.
I'll tell you what, Raven, so much experience. They have the advantage because of that experience they've had. Raven, we've seen in every kind of match that's available. I mean, we've seen Raven tortured and hung and beat and slapped and shaved and seared and everything that could possibly be done. That might be an advantage for him.
And he comes back stronger every time, trying to use the steel chair, but Abyss gets the boot up.
Oh, nice super kick right there by Raven, right in front of Abyss. Pounding him on the head with the chair.
Now Raven shoots Monty Brown off into the corner, then springs off the ropes and decks him with a clothesline.
You know, I'm wondering, by the fact that they've been without food and water for 24 hours, I'm wondering who that's affecting the most. It looked like Monty Brown there was a little weak.
I think it probably would affect Abyss the least, being the biggest man. Drop go hold. He goes face first into the steel. Hit attempt. Wow. Still able to power out.
But think about it, your adrenaline comes out so fired up, and then all of a sudden your body tells yourself it's not supposed to be doing that, and they can shut it down. But oh, great athletic move right there by Monty Brown, the former football player, using his skills, and he just used the chair to his advantage.
Steel chair to the face of both Raven and the monster Abyss. Now a right hand drops Raven. Now Monty Brown able to catch Abyss, then charges at him and powers him down to the floor with the clothesline.
Takes him right out of the arena right there, right out of the ring. And you can see a nice low blow right there by Monty Brown. What's he gonna do? Oh, what a kick as he comes up and catches Raven square in the face.
Planted right to the side of the head and the side of the face of Raven. Gonna try and T-bone him here, and does. Elevates him overhead, drops him with the suplex.
I mean, look at the physicality of the Alpha Male Monty Brown. This guy doesn't have an ounce of body fat on him. He's so strong, and he just links Raven behind him like a sack of potatoes.
Overpowered him that time. Took him overhead, dropped Raven, the Alpha Male. Almost as if he can sense victory right here. He sees that the match is turned in his favor.
Yeah, as Abyss is not in the ring, and I don't know where he's at or what he's up to. Oh, Raven out of the way just in time as he catches the referee.
Now, do you think Raven may have pulled referee posing into that line of contact? Raven out to the floor, posing out to the floor. This goes back in.
I tell you what, it looked like they were supposed to hit. I couldn't see it on the floor.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at the power. You see him stagger.
That's 6'8", 350.
But he gets it.
God.
He gets his
My
feet.
God's got him up.
Unbelievable, the strength of Monty Brown.
Running power slam, my God. What strength by the Alpha Male.
As you see referee Mike Posey down on the ground, not moving at all. in total command as he's got Abyss, and Abyss is rocked.
Coming blow to the back. But his spring looks like he might have been going for the pounce. Raven made contact. Waltman slammed by Abyss.
This is it right here.
The referee.
Oh, the referee's knocked out.
Rosie's still out on the floor.
There he is right there. Abyss had his chance. This gives Monty Brown new life.
Abyss drops down to the floor. What's he going to go for? Looking underneath the ring for another weapon, obviously.
Oh, there's his bag. We know what's in there.
We saw him. Shows the contents of that bag recently. He's been carrying it to the ring down for weeks, and it shocked us with what we saw.
If it's in there, if the same thing's in there, what I think is it's thousands and thousands of packs. And let me tell you something, that's the last thing you want to land on.
Abyss brings those thumbtacks, we presume, into the ring. But now he's going to go after the alpha male. He's got Monty Brown, positions him up on the top turnbuckle.
They're just trading blows right now. And Raven right now, wondering where he is in the picture. If he's not in it, he's knocked out or something. We'll try to find out more on that, but we got to stay with the action. And you can see Monty Brown just trying to catch his breath, and there's Raven down there by the rail.
Monty Brown up on the top. Uh-oh, Abyss going back to that bag.
What's he gonna do right here? Oh no. And there you see
God.
it. There you see it. Thousands and thousands of thumbtacks. Holy cow.
Taking them out of the bag, positioning them in the ring. And now he's going to try and go to the corner. What's he going to do here to the alpha male, Monty Brown?
Oh, he's going to try to throw Monty Brown right onto the pile of it there, and he'll know that that'll be just about all that Monty Brown can take.
Monty Brown trying to fight back from the top. Boy, he's in a tough position.
They're just trading blows right now as Abyss trying to go up high. Monty Brown's got to get off those ropes.
Looks like he's going to try and suplex him onto the thumbtacks.
As you can see it, and there he is. He's going for it. Just fighting. Monty Brown's fighting for everything that he's got.
But that's 6'8", 350 of Abyss that he's fighting.
Yeah, but that's an athlete that's fighting him back, and you see Monty Brown just throwing blows.
Right hand after right hand to the side of the head by Monty Brown.
Headbutt by Abyss.
Vicious headbutt by Abyss.
Oh, another one right there. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Raven.
Raven in.
Victor.
Look out. Oh, my God. He powered that me back first. Oh, God, right back first into the thumbtacks.
Right into the thing. They're sticking all into his body. Oh, my gosh. That was brutal right there.
Trying to fight through the pain. Raven pinning him.
Again, the referee. Wait a minute, another referee coming in. 1, 2. Oh, Abyss fights out of it, but what pain he must be in. They're just sticking all over his body, in his arms.
Referee Andrew Thomas coming from the back to employ the count, but Raven wasn't able to put him away. Now you see Raven and Abyss fighting out on the floor. Raven going underneath the ring to bring out another table.
You see the table set up right there, and you see Abyss moving in. Raven's got another one in hand. Monty Brown, I'll tell you what, he's out of breath right now. It took so much out of him to fight Abyss off up there on the ropes. He hasn't been able to get his second win.
What could the strategy be? This game plan that Raven has looks like he's going to stack up the table in the corner.
Oh, man, it was a monster's ball. Tags, chairs, garbage cans.
And it's all legal.
It's no disqualification.
One fall to a finish. Anything and everything goes. Look at those thumbtacks still sticking in his back and his arm.
Raven in total control, just leveling blow after blow to each opponent. It's unbelievable. Catching it.
Oh, Raven changes it over the
table.
Oh, the Monty Brown just pounced in. He pounced Raven right through the table pin. 1, 2.
The alpha male done it.
Monty Brown did it. Monty Brown wins the Monsters Ball. That was an incredible spectacle.
Oh, that was wicked. Don't ever try that at home. You have to have a special kind of a mind, a special frame of mind. And Monty Brown outlasted it, using his strength and his agility.
Got absolutely out of control situation that the alpha male wins. Welcome back, everyone, to this lockdown pay-per-view event. It is time for a tables match inside the Six Sides of Steel. Keep in mind, Don, during this matchup, as we see Raven make his way to the ring, straight jacket, of course, in place, you must put your opponent through the table. You must forcibly drive them through the table to win the bout.
It's going to be brutal when you think about this match and you try to figure out who does it favor the most. We think of Jeff Hardy in tables. We think of Raven in tables. And we think brutal, actually. We think of Raven. I don't think anybody has a distinct advantage in this match whatsoever. We're going to see who can be the most opportunistic, because that's what you got to be.
If ever you would think that there's a match that's tailor-made for Jeff Hardy, if it involves tables and if it involves a platform like the Six Sides of Steel, then this would be it.
Straightening out a little visual right there for Raven to see. He's got chairs in his hands, and you know what the director of authority said. I mean, it was going to be brutal. People are bringing anything into the ring that they want. There's basically been no rules going on tonight, and what a night of action it is. But one thing about Raven is he is so cunning. He is so, I use the word diabolical a lot, but that's what he is. He plays mind games with you. And by getting Jeff Hardy inside that cage with the door shut, it might play in his favor.
And how about Raven interrupting an interview recently on our Impact broadcast, attacking Jeff Hardy with that trash can, and here we go, the bell is rung and we're underway.
Well, you can see Jeff Hardy's bringing the fight right to Raven, and he takes him right into the leg, not even wanting to mess around. I mean, this is like a Jeff Hardy we haven't seen before, being so aggressive right from the get-go.
Now Hardy get off the ropes and then springs off the chair and crashes into Raven. I thought it was interesting that Jeff Hardy mentioned that he was reborn at Destination X, and it was, oh man, Raven able to move out of the way. It was almost as if we witnessed the quote-unquote old Jeff Hardy that match up against the Monster Abyss, and Raven sends Hardy, wow, directly into the steel, grabs him right by the hair and does so again.
I'll tell you what, he told me that himself. He told me that he felt alive again. He felt like being in the ring again, and it was just the emotion that you could see in his face. And he's going to need to have all of that right now. He's going to need to reach in and pull out all the past things that he's done, because he's going up against somebody, the force like Raven.
Yeah, someone as diabolical.
Oh my God, what a foot right into the, oh, that was awful.
And the camera work just incredible here at Lockdown, taking you so close to the cage, feeling the impact as Raven charged across and just drove his boot right into the head of Hardy, and Hardy's head sandwiched right into the steel.
I've got to reiterate again, as you see him do the drop toe hold right on the chair there.
One of his patented moves.
I've got to reiterate how there's no give in that cage. Because of the six sides, it pulls it in tighter, and there's just no give. And you see it time and time again tonight. When you hit that steel cage, it's like hitting a wall of steel. And it just, you look at the holes there between the cages, it's like a cheese grater, and oh, the pain that it can cause.
Raven positions the one table in place and then spiked him, dropped him on his head. Raven effect DDT. Usually you see that move, and the follow is the pin attempt in the 1-2-3. That's not the case here. You win this match by taking your opponent and driving him through the table. This could be it.
Oh, man, as you saw right there, that doesn't get you anything. You've got to drive your opponent, but you can see what Raven was trying to do. He was trying to leave Jeff Hardy helpless so he could just do whatever he wanted to with him, but Jeff Hardy able to have enough instinct to get out of the way, and I think Raven went to the well a little too early right there, thinking he had Jeff Hardy under his control, and it just didn't happen.
Great timing by Hardy. Able to move out of the way, avoid that contact, which would have cost him the match. Hit Hardy, able to turn things around here.
Driving that right into the neck of Raven, cutting out the windpipe.
Yeah, cutting off any kind of a flow of oxygen, any air. Hits with the suplex. Picks up the chair. Now what does he have in mind here?
Oh, I'll tell you
what. Gonna go for the leg drop?
Trying to bring it right there on the ribs of Raven, it looked like. Raven recently lost a little bit of weight going through a food poisoning bout. But I tell you what, something like that just drives him on, the pain. He uses it to his advantage.
Right. Yeah, as sick as someone like Raven is, he probably uses something like food poisoning to get him fired up for this match.
Absolutely, but Jeff Hardy's showing no sympathy whatsoever as he's just letting him have the rights.
Yeah, you're right. Matchup has turned in Hardy's favor ever since Raven crashed through that table.
Oh, well, that was such a brutal blow. I mean, he went for the death blow. I mean, he went to end it right there. Hardy just able to get out of the way, and now the momentum has changed. But, Oh, you can see Raven trying to hold off. And again, when you hit that steel, the impact is so hard.
I'm not sure, but did he open Raven up? I'm not. Almost looked like Raven's head.
Well, somebody's bleeding there. You can see it.
Either that or it's the paint off of Jeff Hardy.
The paint of Jeff Hardy's arm, but I can't see. Oh, he's just rubbing. Yes, he did. He busted him open. Oh, and he's using that greater effect right there as he's just raking the head right across the steel cage.
Not for the faint of heart. Hide the women and children. Dusty Rhodes told you prior to this event. The director of authority laying down the law for the lockdown matchup with everything in the
Oh, nice suplex right there by Raven.
How did he come up with that move?
I'll tell you what,
in his condition.
I'm going to tell you something. He just saw an opportunity and took it. I mean, you've got anytime the weight changes balance and you can use it to your advantage, you can't hesitate for a second, and Raven didn't.
Hardy actually first up to his knees, trying to get to his feet as the blood flows from the head right down the nose of Raven.
I'll tell you what, though, he's somebody that once he realizes that he sees that blood on his person, he'll use it to fire himself up. He's just that sick.
Now Raven climbing up to the top. Raven has Hardy up to the top. Oh! Flung him off from the top rope. Both men crashing down to the canvas.
It looks like the Hardy caught the back of his head.
That's what I thought. The back of his head just landed with a thud.
Oh, I don't know if we can see that again of some sort.
Now, check this out around the inside.
Hey, it's like the New York Mets.
Members of the New York Mets, Chris Benson, Tyler Yates, Scott Strickland on hand here. So many of the Major League Baseball players, NBA stars, NHL as well. Just love TNA as we see Hardy out of nowhere connect with the move. He caught at the twist.
I'll tell you what, you mentioned it earlier about this guy's rejuvenation in this sport. When you think he's down and out, don't even count him out, because the rock and roll star Jeff Hardy, I don't know how his drum beats, as you can see. He set the table up. I mean, I can't, the crowd's going crazy.
Positioning the table in place, realizing that he must take Raven and power him through the table to win this matchup. You know, seeing the Mets at ringside reminds me how many of the sports stars really love TNA. They love being a part of a live event action like this lockdown pay-per-view.
Well, it's the adrenaline rush.
Of course it is.
Gotta love it right there.
With the spring training, I talked to Dimitri Young of the Detroit Tigers. He says that he watches TNA each and every week. He never misses a show.
We talked to AJ Brzezinski, who was here. And Raven Hardy going up to the top.
My God.
The crowd's going crazy as Raven stuck on the table. This could be it.
You don't think he tried the swanton from up there, do you?
Oh my gosh, and if he falls backwards, he can break his neck.
We saw him.
This is just absolutely crazy right here. He's
balancing himself.
Oh my God. What? Raven got out of the way just in time. Oh my God.
I don't think we need to ask for another look, do we?
Oh, Hardy. So lucky he hit that table square.
Check this out.
Look at this. Oh, Raven just in time by inches.
You called him so lucky? Oh my God. What if...
Oh.
Let's hear this. Let's hear it.
Oh, the crunch.
The sickening thud.
Oh, he's still out.
Of flesh and bones crashing down through the wooden table. My God.
Unbelievable. Oh, I'll tell you something. He probably doesn't even know where he is. He's just stunned. The crowd is stunned.
They're standing in stunned amazement.
I can't believe what they've seen.
At the spectacle that they're witnessing here at Lockdown.
Oh, Jeff Hardy just... I'm wondering what's broken on his body right now. He still doesn't even have the strength. Oh! Raven doesn't wait a second as he drives them into that chair. Right in. Look at the horror and the sadness on the face of the crowd.
Raven realizes that the opportunity has never been better for him to put Hardy away. Can he take advantage of that highest of high-risk moves off the top of the 6 sides of steel, face first into the chair?
This is where the sadistic side of Raven kicks in right here. He just thrives on that. He knows Jeff Hardy's in pain. He knows his ribs could be cracked, broken. It doesn't bother him for a minute. It just drives him on. And here he goes. Up to the top of the rope. Could inflict any kind of damage he can to Jeff Hardy. But Hardy comes right up. Right off of the chair.
It was a wild move. It was a desperation move by Hardy, but it worked.
You know, I thought Raven was taking too much time, and I realized it's because they're in so much pain. They gotta steady every step that they take. And if they go for one of those high-risk moves, they can't chance it. I mean, these guys in such a short period of time have done things and gone through tables at a force we've never seen before.
Hardy, first back up to his vertical base. Hardy comes at Raven. The already bloody face, the crimson mask of Raven, repeatedly driven into the steel, and Hardy's going to charge at it.
Oh, what a shot right there to the back of Raven. You can see him writhing in pain. I don't think I've ever seen him kick around like that. I can't even believe Hardy's on his feet, Mike. That's amazing in itself.
That's exactly the question. How is Hardy on his feet? The resilience of these TNA athletes is miraculous, but Raven takes the shortcut. And are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, and I can't say that I blame him at this point. I mean, the other guy's trying to drive you through a table, and sometimes you got to take any chance that you have, any shortcut that you can to get the momentum. And oh, now that's a little brutal right there as he takes the broken piece of the table and just driving it into the face of Jeff Hardy.
The jagged edge of that piece of table used as a weapon by Raven, scraping the forehead of Hardy. And now Raven picks up a steel chair, just measuring him. You're right, Don. They're trying to get that second win here. They've gone through so much in this match. The impact, the crashing through the tables, the brutal beating of the match.
Oh, you notice something doing all the way.
Hey,
Hardy reverses it back to Raven. You notice, too, they're being very careful as to how soon that they put up a table.
Look at this.
Look at that. She won't even look at this. She can't. She just got her head turned.
We warned you. Hide the women and hide the children. You've never seen anything
what's
this
Hardy
violent.
doing?
No, not again.
What are you doing?
Hardy.
Wait a minute. Raven tried to get the gate open to get outside.
Hardy's scaling up to the top of the cage. Now he's there. Raven.
Raven, though, so smart. He gets the cage door open, and Jeff Hardy just catches the top of it. You can see the pain on his face, Mike. Oh, he did it again. Great move by Hardy as he slammed the gate on top of Raven's head.
Just a natural reaction, I think. Even when he was crouched up on top of that steel cage door, he was able to have the mindset to crash it down. The people can't believe this.
They can't. Oh, what's he going to do? Oh, and Raven got the feet up just in time.
Hardy again off the top of the cage. Raven gets the boots up. Will that be the difference maker? My God, how's Hardy up to his feet?
If you see Raven not wasting any time, thinking that he may have a quick advantage right there, and he's going to try to end it, and he goes right for the knee, and Hardy goes down.
Again, remember,
he's setting up another table.
You must drive your opponent through the table to win. Crashing through, that doesn't count like we've seen on 2 occasions already. Raven positioning the table in place. Now what?
I think he's trying to set it up in angles everywhere that he can to make sure. Oh, wait a minute. He's setting 2 of them up right there. He wants to make sure he doesn't miss.
Now putting the boots to Hardy.
Just slamming it one blow after another to the face of Jeff Hardy.
Stomping repeatedly.
Oh, he's got a 3rd table now.
Who knows what's in the sick, demented, diabolical mind of Raven. Looks like he's going to go for a stack.
He's stacking it up right there. Oh my gosh, it's like a pyramid. He's got another one. Another table. As Hardy's still out cold. You see, the referee knows he's got to be in there to make sure the rules are followed and take care of it. And you can see Raven's got him set up and ready to roll.
2 double stacks for Raven. Hardy desperation attempt here at this point. Hardy's got to do anything and everything within his power
Raven
to try and
pulling
avoid
him up
this.
by the hair.
Right, just yanking him by the long blonde locks.
Oh, Hardy fighting back there. Wait a minute. You can see Raven might be in a bad spot right there. Is Hardy trying to get some momentum, and Raven's landed on it. I think it.
Oh no!
Here he goes.
Hardy again to the top.
The crowd going crazy.
Going to come up for the third
And he
time.
does. And they go through all of them. Jeff Hardy wins.
Spectacular leg drop by Hardy off the top of the 6 sides of steel, and yes, he drove Raven through that double stack of tables to gain the victory.
Raven's creation came back to haunt him. He thought he had Hardy right where he wanted him. Hardy may have played a little possum there, but he saw an opportunity and he took it. And now look at him as he just absolutely loves the fact that he got his revenge on Raven.
Jeff Hardy, reborn in his own words. Last month at Destination X, carries the momentum to lockdown. Look at that.
He took him through 2 of them.
Just amazing.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
There you see, ladies and gentlemen, the weapons are in place. What do we have, Don? Steel chair, trash can lid. Is that a stapler?
I mean, look at that. You see the kendo sticks. You see the ladders, the tables. You see the fencing. I mean, this is out of the diabolical mind of Raven. This is something that he's created. This is a vision that he's always had. I mean, this is something that he can dominate in. And I appreciate that Sean Waltman is going to carry the sword for Jeff Hardy here against Raven. But I don't know if he's prepared enough. I don't know that he's going to be able to deal with Raven in Raven's own house of fun.
How many times have you seen someone or heard someone refer to themselves as a human cancer? That's exactly what Raven just called himself. And if you've been watching Impact recently, he also states that he's the most ruthless, most unforgiving person on the planet.
I'll tell you what, looking at Raven in the middle of that ring, I don't think he cares who he's facing. I just think he wants blood. He wants to tear somebody from limb to limb. And he's going to get an opportunity. But he's going up against, wait a minute, where's he at?
We're looking at the entrance ramp. We're checking the tunnel at the impact zone, waiting for Sean Waltman, and he's coming from the opposite side.
Oh, great move! He knew that Raven was prepared. He knew that Raven had this match under control. And what did Sean Waltman do? He took it to Raven from the backside right there so that he would have no chance of being ready.
Don't really have any details on the missing Jeff Hardy, called disgusting, called pathetic by Raven, and I think Raven, what a trash can shot by Sean Waltman. Raven's history is a little skewed, as I recall, our pay-per-view last month at Lockdown, it was Jeff Hardy winning the 6 sides of steel cage match over Raven.
But, you know, that's the kind of person that Raven is. He never sees it that way. As far as he's concerned, he wins every match no matter what happens, but I can tell you something, Sean Waltman, great strategy. Catching Raven by surprise. Rakes the forehead right over the fence right there, right over the cage.
Did I see some blood on the chest of...
Oh,
there it is. I saw it on the chest of Sean Waltman because it's flowing from the head of Raven. I think it came from that initial trash can shot, and then when he took it and just, drove it into that cage, and then, now he sends him into the trash can. Wow.
I'll tell you what, great start right there by Waltman, and you can see Raven is just busted wide open, and man, you gotta look at the experience though of Sean Waltman. Here's somebody that, you know what, maybe that's to his advantage. The Raven wasn't able to prepare for him. Maybe Sean Waltman knew days ago that he was going to be in this match. Obviously, he came out prepared, but a nice counter right there by Raven.
Looked like Waltman was circling for an attempt at the Bronco Buster, and instead, Raven saw him coming through the trash can. He just flung it right at him.
I'll tell you what,
It's
he
the
calls
moment
it
of
the
your
house.
choice.
He calls it the house of fun, but it's only fun for somebody who's twisted, somebody who doesn't mind pain like Raven, because there's nothing fun about this match whatsoever when you look at everything that can be used to cause damage in that ring.
Well, you're right. It does come from the sick demented mind of Raven, the House of Fun match. We've seen it on several occasions over the past 2 years, and now we see Raven following up here on Sean Waltman, going out to the arena floor and inflicting more pain and punishment.
Oh, look at this. As you can see him grinding right in there into the eyes, into the forehead, and just, oh, look at him gouging the eyes.
He was just trying to dig his fingers. That's what he said in the interview with Terry Taylor.
Oh, well, if you can't see, then you can't protect yourself from anything that can be used, and that's the strategy. Now he's just raking him right across that fence.
Reminds you of a cheese grater?
Oh, it does. I mean, that's just the visual that you get.
Raven, right back to the offensive here.
Oh, look at this. Just not letting up for a second, Mike. And, oh, nice counter right there by Waltman.
Tries to fire back. Caught him with one knife-edge chop, but then Raven right back with the boot in his face. Look out. I think Waltman may have put on the brakes there. I know he went at least chest first into those steel steps.
Oh, but think about what the pain that could cause. I mean, that'll knock the breath right out of you. As you can see that Raven now is... Oh, you can see that Sean Waltman's been busted open, and you don't expect anything less
you're not
in the
kidding.
House of Fun. I mean, look at this. I just saw a baseball bat fall down from the fencing. I mean, there's just weapons everywhere.
Raven not too worried, is he?
No, he's just going and grabbing anything he can. He knows.
Tear down 3 or 4 of these weapons.
Sean Waltman can hardly stand.
Look out.
Oh, right shot right on the head. Another one.
Right hand, left hand, hand shots. Oh, this garbage lid.
You could see Sean Waltman trying to hold on that top rope just to somehow keep his balance. But Raven just one right after the other.
Raven trying to fight through the vision problems that he's having as you... Oh, that concerto there as he took the trash can lids after repeatedly hitting him in the head with the right and the left, and he used them both at the same time. And now wedging the trash can itself between the top and middle rope.
And people are wondering, what are the rules in a match like this? There are no rules. Falls count anywhere. Anything can happen at any place. Anything can be used. Nice shot right there by Sean Waltman as he just flings him into the trash can. Able to counter. Raven had set it up there. He had his plan, and you can see Waltman there just trying to fire himself up, and Raven bleeding very badly.
Yeah, profusely from the head, and we talked about the vision problems earlier that he's fighting through, and now working on an ankle lock submission here.
Any means necessary. There's nothing available to hit him with. You got to try to get him to submit. You can see right there as he just torqued right there on that ankle. Look at that.
I said it earlier. If a match is coming from the sick mind of Raven, do you think there's going to be any rules?
No, absolutely
of course not. Rules? It's not what Raven's about.
I'm just wondering if Sean Waltman is thoroughly prepared for what this means.
Well, you make a good point. What kind of notice did Sean Waltman have that he was going to be substituting for Jeff Hardy in this match? Now, the steel chair brought into play.
And the thing about a match like this, too, Mike, is you might have a particular plan, but one shot to the head with a garbage can or a chair or anything. Oh, nice move. Nice counter there by Sean Waltman. Is able to get that chair back in the face of Raven.
Raven, he loves to use that chair for his drop toe hold. Wow! Waltman spin kick takes down Raven. Now the reversal as he shot off into the rope, stuck in the clothesline.
Oh,
want to get another spin
kick right there. How he's able to even muster that kind of agility after the shots he's taken shows you the intestinal fortitude that Sean Waltman has. Here he goes. There it is as he's hitting the Bronco Buster.
He tried it earlier on Raven, but Raven was able to take the trash can and throw it right in his face as he charged at him, but that time connecting and using the Bronco Buster in the corner and not just daring him, just challenging him to get up to his feet.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's on familiar territory now with the spin kicks, the Bronco Buster. You can see the confidence rising in Sean Waltman as he's using it to his advantage. And I think he realizes now you've got to do whatever you've got to do.
Drove him down face first and now regrouping. Looks like Waltman, for a second there, I thought he was looking for weapons, but after Raven has torn down half the weapons here, there was really nothing for him to take down off the chains. And they have to go around ringside.
Oh, nice kick to the head right there by Waltman. If you take too much time looking for weapons, Mike, you leave yourself vulnerable.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
You cannot turn your back on your opponent in a situation like this. And Waltman outside, I don't know, he's near a table. He was positioning the table and now moving it over closer to the entrance ramp. Raven down on the arena floor and trying to just get back up to his feet, but Waltman is there. Waltman positions him on the table, and now what?
Oh, he gets right on top as he just starts raining the blows right there. He knows he's got Raven reeling. Probably a little bit from loss of blood. A little bit from that nice kick. He just hit him to the head just earlier, and this is a chance. Holy cow, what's he going to do right here as you see Raven?
Wait a minute. How is he going to be able to jump from... Wait, how can he jump from there? He's going to go in between the posts.
Unbelievable. Using his wiry frame to get through this.
If he weighed 5 more pounds, he wouldn't make it through there.
And how he's set up. He's got Raven right where he wants him. Oh, beautiful move. As he flips off of the top there, he catches him with his back and drives Raven through that table.
Just crash down. We got to take another look at this. Guys, anyway in the truck, we can see this again.
I'll tell you what, nice move right here. As you can see, he doesn't go there. He just uses it so his back hits him straight on. Here it is again. Bam.
I think so more of his weight can come crashing down onto the chest of Raven, and in the process, drive him right through the table to the arena floor.
I'll tell you right now, Sean Waltman in total control right here as the momentum has gotten back in his favor. If he's going to put Raven away, he needs to do it right now.
Raven puts on the brakes, went for the short arm clothesline. He was going to go for a clothesline. Instead, he caught him with the DDT. Pin 2 in.
No! He fights out of it just in time.
How many times have you seen that, Don? Once Raven hits that DDT, it's not very often that you see someone kick out before 3.
No, not when the Raven effect is put into place. But you can see they're both just exhausted right now. As you see Raven now trying to find a way to end this.
Yeah.
And again, remember, there's no rules here. Oh, what's he doing? Taking him up the... Oh!
He tossed him!
Got to be kidding! Right over the ramp! Off of the table! I mean, this is just brutal. Look at this!
The look on the face of referee Andrew Thomas tells the entire stage.
Look at the crowd!
Look at how far the drop was!
I mean, that's got to be it! 1, 2, 3, what? He kicked out!
Just 2? Is that what he said?
I don't know what happened there, but it looked like Sean Waltman hit directly on the floor like he maybe just grazed the table and hit the concrete. That was brutal right there. Raven now dragging it back in.
He's got him by the hair, dragging Waltman back towards the ring.
Only in TNA do you see what you just saw onto the steel steps. Oh, man.
Well, I don't know about Waltman recovering at this point. After that kind of a fall from that kind of a height, that drop.
And think of the momentum he got going up the ramp, and then at the very top of the ramp at its highest point, he flings Sean Waltman over it.
Raven has something in mind, looking underneath the ring for a weapon of his choice, not finding what he likes on one side, headed over to the opposite side.
Wait a minute. What's he got? Handcuffs. He's got handcuffs. Oh, no. Oh, no. There are no rules here, folks, but
you're right. I guess that does make this legal.
Oh, man. Sean Waltman stands
He's defenseless, Don.
He stands no chance whatsoever.
Kendo stick and...
What was that? Oh,
that's a staple gun that he tossed it in the ring, I think.
Oh, look at this as he's beating him with the kendo stick. The staple gun is in the ring. Oh, this is a house of fun to Raven. Calling for the microphone.
Have you had enough, huh? Have you had enough? Piss off, higher.
Well, you got to admire the fire. Oh, look at this. You got to admire the fire of Sean Waltman.
I'd love to say that this is hurting me more than it's hurting you, but it isn't. Have you had enough? Give me more, you pussy.
Wow. You got to admire that streak that you can see right there.
Director of Authority Dusty Rhodes down here and bringing down the key for the cuffs to at least give Waltman a chance to fight back.
Well, I think a guy like Dusty Rhodes respects the fight with Sean Waltman, the no quit in Sean Waltman, and he respects that. And he makes sure that they unlock the cuffs. I think that to him, that was just a little too much.
You know, I don't think Raven realizes that Waltman's been freed.
Have you had enough? Screw you.
Oh, no. But you're right. Raven, I don't think, realizes it. Oh, as he misses, then he kicks the chair into the face of Raven.
Now this is the chance for Waltman to turn it around and use the offense on Raven. Steel chair shot to the back.
I'll tell you something. You've got to admire Sean Waltman, his ability to fight back. When all seemed doomed, he just didn't give up hope. You know how that hurts, especially with the sweat and the blood. And the thing, look at this. He's got a staple gun in his hand.
Waltman.
Oh no! Where is this?
I don't know.
He gets shot!
Right in his hand.
It's just
Right into the open wound.
right into the cut right there.
And not another one.
I'll tell you what, Raven knew he'd probably have to have that stitch, but that wasn't what he had in mind.
Oh, not again.
Oh, another one!
God, it's tough to watch.
That is just brutal. The only saving grace about it is it's happening to Raven.
Now Waltman charges Raven. Oh! He backdropped it into the side of the cage, and the cage just went right over
Here he
his
goes! 1, 2, what a counter by Raven!
The cage just collapsed, and that allowed Raven to pin Sean Waltman. Wow.
Mike, that was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. But you gotta hand it to Raven. Able to fling Sean Waltman into the cage side. And when it broke and fell down, he was able to roll right on top. And he finished it right then and there.
Amazing match. How physical, how brutal can you get, Don?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Slammiversary main event and is for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. Here tonight to present the belt and to hold it during the match, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the rules for the King of the Mountain matchup. First of all, pinfalls count anywhere within the building. Secondly, if you are pinned, you will then be sent to the penalty box for 2 minutes. If and only if you score a pinfall or submission, then you become eligible to hang the belt above me in the ring and become the World Heavyweight Champion. And now, from Orlando, Florida, it's your Slammiversary main event of the evening. Introducing the first participant,
Here comes the first man headed to the ring for the King of the Mountain. He is the self-proclaimed alpha male, the 5-year pro from the Serengeti, the man who made the Pounce famous, the former National Football League linebacker for both the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Yes, he played in 2 Super Bowls. 93, when he was a rookie with the Bills, he played with Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas and Company. 96 with the New England Patriots. Yes, he's the alpha male, and he's Monty Brown. He's challenger number 1.
This is a man that's going to use his power to every advantage that he's got, Mike. So many different styles in that ring, and when you think about different styles, nobody's more unpredictable than the Monster Abyss.
How about the raw stats? 6 feet 8 inches tall, 350 pounds. You factor in one of the most devastating finishing moves in professional wrestling, the Black Hole Slam, and the Monster Abyss has to be categorized as one of the favorites, even though he's one of the challengers here in the King of the Mountain.
This is going to be a situation where his size is only going to come at a disadvantage when maybe he needs to climb up that ladder and put it up. If it was all about the pin, the Black Hole Slam would be it. He's going to have to make sure that he can get up that ladder quick enough.
He was originally named the quote-unquote wild card for this matchup. The 15-year pro from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Sean Waltman is headed to the ring.
I'll tell you what, wild card is a good word to use when you consider Sean Waltman. Here's somebody that, like Abyss, very unpredictable. Somebody that's been through a lot of different wars and a lot of different factions. Somebody that has not been a part of this group for a long time, so he's going to be somebody that is kind of different for everybody to prepare for.
Well, we may have labeled Sean Waltman as the wild card, but after everything that went down earlier tonight, the arrest of Jeff Jarrett for assaulting a fan, Jarrett being taken from the impact zone, taken away in a police car. In my mind, this is the real wild card in the King of the Mountain matchup, headed to the ring next, wherever he's coming from. Don, if you know, point him out.
I'm trying to find him here, and again, that's just typical Raven.
That's who we're talking about.
Typical Raven. Somebody that is absolutely doing the unsuspected. I don't even know where he's coming from. Everybody's looking for him.
He is the brawler from the Bowery section of New York City, and you can see even the living legend Larry Zbyszko doesn't know when or where, but here he comes. How about this? Raven's coming out under his terms.
Oh yes, he doesn't come down a tunnel. He's coming through the crowd. You know, you mentioned how he is the real wild card here, because when we came here today, he wasn't even supposed to be a part of TNA. He was talking about a situation working in his favor. That was Raven.
He was suspended. He actually quit. And in one of the gutsiest decisions that I've ever seen, Larry Zbyszko reinstates him and puts him in the matchup. And listen to the reaction for the champion, AJ Styles.
I'm telling you what, you talk about a people's champion. The crowd, every single person standing, they know that this guy's got to come insurmountable odds, but that's nothing for the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Listen to the credits, listen to the resume. Mr. TNA 2003 and 2004, the first ever X Division champion, the only Triple Crown winner in TNA history, and that means he's held all the belts. NWA World title, NWA World Tag Team Champion, and yes, X Division Champion. Who's better than the phenomenal AJ Styles?
This man, you sit there and you watch him and through his career, one of my favorite moments in TNA history for the first time I ever got to see him in the ring. And there's just nothing he can't do, nothing he can't overcome. When you think you've seen it all, he's just getting started. The phenomenal and current reigning world champion, AJ Styles.
The following contest is the main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. Introducing, first of all, the challengers. Starting to my right, hailing from the Serengeti, this is the alpha male, Monty Brown. Introducing to my left, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, he is the wild card spot in the King of the Mountain, Sean Waltman. And introducing to my right, weighing in excess of 350 pounds, from parts unknown, he is the monster of And introducing to my right, from the Bowery, this is Raven. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing atop of the ladder, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Again, keep in mind the very unique, very special rules, and here we go. Waltman dives off the top of the penalty box cage and takes down Raven.
I tell you what, a position of power, you got to understand. Oh, look at this. Is AJ ready on the top of the ladder? Waltman's got a bone to pick with Raven after what happened to him. And then you see Monty Brown coming in. This is going to be wild.
This could be it.
He's bouncing Raven right off. 1, 2, and look at him. He's got a pin.
Okay, Raven's got to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. That enables Monty Brown from this point in the match to take the championship belt and hang it above the ring.
Again, the rules for everybody if you missed it. When you get a pin, which can happen anywhere in the building, that makes you eligible. Oh, what a nice kick right there by Sean Waltman. That makes you eligible to hang the belt in the middle of the ring. Only if you get a pin. Now the key thing right now for Monty Brown, he's eligible the rest of this match. None of the other guys have a shot at winning this. When you get pinned, you gotta sit in the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Oh! AJ went airborne! Bodies laid out all over the impact zone. Look right in front of us here, Don.
Unbelievable. I hope everybody's got the rules, because we're not going to have time to go through them
Pin in
again.
the ring, 2,
No, he didn't quite get it, as you see Monty Brown pushing him off right there.
Again, the basic keys are this. You've got to get a pin to hang the belt. Oh, what a knee to the back by the alpha male. And you've got to try to avoid going into the penalty box. What shots by Monty Brown working on the side in the rib cage of Waltman.
Oh, did you see that? AJ went up high and a missed. Came in and knocked him down. The great thing right now for Monty is he can pick and choose. When he gets a spot where the ring is cleared, then he's going to take advantage of it.
Hang the championship belt. Put it on the hook and win it.
Oh.
Waltman was amazing. Had eyes in the back of his head, moved out of the way, and that fist crashed right into Monty Brown.
I was getting ready to say that. That's the veteranship right there. That's the 15 years of experience. Hearing the guy, not seeing him, but hearing him coming.
How about that for a spin kick that takes down a 350-pound monster?
But 30 more seconds, Raven's back in. And sometimes the penalty box can go in your favor because you get a chance to rest up.
You know, you're right. It can only go in your favor, however, if someone doesn't hang the championship belt. But seeing how physical these opening 2 minutes have been, Raven may be fortunate that he's in the penalty box. But I guess the clock was wrong. Referee at ringside has sprung Raven.
Well, Raven's already in right here. Raven obviously goes by his own rules. As he absolutely just... maybe the timekeeper's got a different clock.
Cross-body block. Alpha male catches it. Oh, power bomb down. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, Monty Brown.
But the the good part about that is somebody might say, why pin somebody else? Well, that puts Waltman in the penalty box.
Well, Sean Waltman's got to go in the box for 2 minutes, and Monty Brown remains the one individual who can hang the championship belt and win the NWA World's title. Boy, Waltman in trouble here.
Oh, absolutely, and he's got to get into that penalty box somehow. Right now, Monty Brown's still the only one eligible to win this match. AJ on top of the cage. Oh, man!
What a move by AJ as they put Waltman in the box. Opportunity here for the champ to follow up. Charges. Shot for a miss. Opposite side. Flying forearm shot for Monty Brown.
I'll tell you what, unbelievable is AJ was on top of the cage and saw an opportunity. Oh, look at the pounce right there. What a pounce that was.
Did you see the whiplash effect there?
Look at this, Monty Brown. Oh, wait a minute, Raven just pulled AJ out, got the pin outside of the ring.
So now Raven has a chance to hang the belt. Well, AJ's gonna go in the box, so we're gonna have, check this out, AJ and Waltman both are gonna be in the penalty box at the same time.
Raven just running by here, and oh my gosh, grabbing whatever he can get a hold of, and look at this.
He's got him up there.
Has him up there. Oh, what a toss by Raven.
Through the trash can, across the ring, and takes out 2 for the price of 1.
Less than a minute before Sean Waltman's back in. Raven and Monty Brown able to do it. Look at what Raven's just done.
Monty Brown shot off chest first into the corner. takes him down. Styles and Waltman in the box together. You know, sometimes you make friends when you're in the penalty box, Don, together. Maybe you work out a plan. I wonder if Styles and Waltman.
Oh, there they are. You can see this.
I was watching from here. I was looking through, and I'm glad the camera picked that up.
Way to go there, Mike. You're keeping your eye on that. Sure enough, they're making strategy together as they're working things out. And you've got to have a partner at some point. Now, you still got to go to win it, but when you've got to somehow get as many people in the box as you can. Waltman's out.
Waltman set free. AJ still got just under a minute to go.
Waltman goes right for a trash can. Anything goes in the King of the Mountain match.
And again, Monty Brown and Raven, the only two men who are even eligible to hang the championship belt. And Waltman swinging that trash can.
I'll tell you what I liked about that move right there. John Waltman was going to bring a fresh can in. Oh, nice kick there by Abyss. And he realized it was taking him too long to get it through, so he just went for the one right in the middle of the ring. That's what a veteran does.
Much like we saw earlier. Bodies laid out all over the impact zone. God, the physicality of this matchup in the opening few minutes has been off the charts. AJ's going to be out in 10 seconds. All 5 men are going to be back in the battle once again. The count is on as we see Monty Brown and Abyss battle it out.
I'll tell you what, now we're going to find out just exactly what AJ... Oh, black hole slam! And he's got a pin, and now Abyss is eligible!
And Monty Brown's got to go to the box!
Oh, I'll tell you what, when you're eligible and you've got to be in the box, that's the double whammy. Now I'm curious as to see if AJ and Sean Waltman will work something out together if they have an opportunity. Raven not going to let AJ, though, at this time.
AJ turns his attention to Abyss, and that enables Raven to come from behind and take AJ down to the mat as we see Monty Brown headed into the penalty box for 2 minutes. Action in the ring is Raven pounding and driving AJ down. Leg hook pin, no. AJ rolls the shoulder at 2.
I'll tell you what's amazing is the fact that the world champion AJ Styles isn't even eligible to win this right now. And the numbers game has just been working totally against him, the size. You don't have time to maneuver. Raven realizes that.
You're right. And think of this. Waltman and Styles are the 2 guys who aren't eligible. It might be better if they tried to work together.
It looks like Sean Waltman's not able to work with anybody.
Here's the clash!
Here we go!
Styles!
Can he get the pin? Rolls him over. 1, 2.
No! Abyss makes the save.
Nice move right there by Abyss. Don't allow another man to have that opportunity.
Yeah, and especially the defending champion.
But all this going on, it's just allowing Monty Brown to catch a little bit of a breather. Nice kick to the back of the head by AJ.
Takes Abyss down to the arena floor.
Oh, what a shot by Sean
That's
Waltman.
Waltman swinging that steel chair, and he's just vicious. Brutal shots to the head of Abyss.
You can see him right there trying to knock him down. Laying him up on the table. Now, wait a minute. Could this be? Sean Waltman's calling for AJ. There was the strategy they were talking about.
We saw them in the penalty box together, and yeah, they are going to work together.
Here he goes. Oh, my goodness. Did he just do a spiral tap onto the table? You gotta be kidding me.
You're damn right he did.
We gotta see that.
Watch the pin, keep it live.
Wait a minute, 1, 2, and he does pin him on the table. Is there any way, Keith? Oh, that was the most unbelievable thing. That's just taking a risk of the unbelievable magnitude.
Boy, I know we'd love to watch a replay, but are we gonna have time here while we get the ladder in? We're gonna try and slip it in. Watch this, AJ.
Oh, man, what precision.
And what impact. We are back live. AJ's eligible. It's down to, I guess Waltman's the only one who's not eligible to hang the belt as we put Abyss in the box.
I'll tell you what, having Abyss in the penalty box is a great opportunity for somebody. He's such a destructive force, it's hard to even get him in the box right there. Holy cow, this thing. Monty Brown comes right off and goes right at Raven right here.
Double sledge on Raven. put him right back into the steel safety rail. Alpha male is reversed.
He slingshots him right into the rail himself.
AJ, yeah, he's eligible.
Here goes AJ while everything's going on. AJ Styles knows what he's got to do. This is his chance.
AJ hanging.
Oh, he lost it.
Drop the belt.
Look at this. Waltman, is he going to give it to him? Oh, you got what a sacrifice by Waltman. That's incredible. What a sacrifice. Oh, it was too good to be true for AJ. Oh, can you believe that?
X Factor. 1, 2, 3.
And now everybody's eligible.
AJ just had a chance to hang the belt. AJ had a chance to keep the title, and the relationship with Waltman went right down the drain.
What a bizarre situation. It slipped out of AJ's hands. It looked like Sean Waltman was letting him keep the title, and then turned on him at the last second.
If you think about it, Waltman just cost AJ the chance to retain the championship belt as Raven comes back in.
It shows you how important this belt is. You aren't going to be teammates. You're not going to be friends. You're not going to be partners. You just want to be champion.
Waltman writhing in pain after the beating from Raven. AJ and Abyss in the box as Raven.
Oh, what's he got in his hand? Oh, he's got a staple gun.
Oh, God, right in the top of his head.
The only rules are the ones that apply to pinning. Placing the belt on top of the ring, and then, of course, the penalty box. Everything else is legal.
Low blow by Waltman takes down Raven. Abyss is making his...
Oh, look at this. Oh, that's where you get him. Vasectomy right there. He just performed a vasectomy right in the middle of the ring.
He's got... Oh!
Unbelievable. As you see Abyss writhing in pain.
Oh,
this is Waltman's chance.
You look around the impact zone.
And where's Monty Brown?
You can't believe
what
they're witnessing in this King of the Mountain match for the NWA title. Waltman putting the boots to the monster Abyss.
One thing about it, though, you still got to get a ladder set up, and you still got to climb it.
And you've got to hang the championship belt to win it. Pinned by Waltman and...
Raven going over, taking a shot on Monty Brown with less than 15 seconds. AJ will be out.
Again, 4 of the 5 are eligible to hang the belt and win. Sean Waltman, the only one who hasn't scored a pin.
I want to see what AJ's going to do to Sean Waltman after what Waltman did to AJ.
Wait a minute, what's going on here? Waltman? How's Waltman hanging this?
Well, Waltman got the pin on AJ. You can see this, Waltman going up. AJ, you know.
Fighting it off at the top. Waltman and AJ. Look out!
Oh, and you see AJ goes right over the top onto the table.
Waltman and Styles both down and out on the floor. Zabisco's handing the belt into Abyss.
And here's his chance. The monster Abyss getting ready to climb up to the top right here. Oh!
Here comes the...
He just bounced him right off the ladder into the table.
Oh, Raven! Even flow DDT on the alpha male!
This is his chance right here. Can Raven climb as you feel the fever in the crowd?
Raven heading up the ladder!
He's so close!
Oh, he's got a long way to go!
Oh, yeah, and look at the monster Abyss is right there with him. Is Raven gonna get it?
Abyss on one
side. Is he gonna get it?
On the other!
Does he do it? He kicks him off. I don't believe this. Raven
has done it!
Is now the world champ. Raven has talked about his destiny for so long. For 2 years we've heard about the destiny of Raven. And now, he's the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He's the king of the mountain.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a part of a very special evening in professional wrestling history. You have witnessed a spectacle known as Slammiversary. It all concludes with Raven, the blood flowing down his face into his eyes, but nonetheless hanging the championship belt high above the ring, and in the process becoming the NWA World Heavyweight Champion for the very first time.
The disbelief on AJ's face, the belt that he just... Think about this! Think about the Larry Zbyszko factor! If he hadn't let him in, he would never be the champ! He didn't have to let him in! So many... And Jeff Jarrett, because of his stupidity, because of letting his emotions take over, because of losing his mind, he didn't have a chance to get his title back. Listen to this crowd.
It's time to take a look at the raw numbers. As we look at the tail of the tape, the advantage to both men obvious. Just take a glance. Sizable height and weight edge for the Monster Abyss, but do not discount the experience factor, which favors the champion, Raven. Bullet points, June 19. Raven's victory in the King of the Mountain enabled him to satisfy the multi-year quest. He became NWA World Champion. Probably not a coincidence. The pairing of James Mitchell and Abyss coincides with the Monster's first one-on-one title match. You factor in the long-term animosity between Raven and Mitchell, and it becomes even more dangerous. Tonight, no option for tapping out. No opportunity to throw in the towel. Lock the dog collars around their necks. Tie them together with the steel chain.
Here he is, the Monster Abyss. And you can see James Mitchell behind him, and you mentioned it. It's no coincidence that since James Mitchell has joined forces, has been the mouthpiece, the guider, the keeper of Abyss has been more focused than ever before. And when I think about how this match is going to shape up, I still am wondering how Raven, or why Raven, would want to be chained to that man with James Mitchell outside the ring.
Chained to someone who is 6'8", 350 pounds. The reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion, who puts that title belt on the line. Yes, in his mind, he fulfilled his destiny last month at Slammiversary, but now he goes into this six-sided ring with that title belt at stake. The dog collars are already around their necks. They're going to lock the steel chain to both Raven and the Monster Abyss, and then they're going to turn them loose like two animals. Let's send it to the ring for the official introductions. Here's our ring announcer, Jeremy Borash. JB, it's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Orlando, Florida, it's time for your total non-stop action wrestling, no surrender, pay-per-view main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the combatants first of all. In the corner to my left, being accompanied by James Mitchell. He weighed in at 355 pounds and is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the world. He is the challenger, the Monster Abyss. 'Cause 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 ' And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right, weighing in at 240 pounds, from the Bowery, he is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world. This is Raven!
Ladies and gentlemen, the question that we are about to answer is one we posed earlier. Did Raven walk into the trap of the Monster Abyss? And you can see by the reaction of Abyss that he would love nothing better than to have that NWA World Heavyweight title in the possession of himself and James Mitchell. Now, the chain, it's going to be applied, locked around the dog collar that's already in place on the neck of the Monster Abyss. And now we're going to hook Raven up as well.
I don't want to imply in any way, shape, or form that Abyss is a simpleton, because he's not. We've seen that. He can get focused and he can be as smart as anyone, and with Mitchell by his side, it's even more devastating.
And more dangerous.
That's right, but I look at this as strength versus cunning, I guess is the word I should use, is we know that Raven's going to have to use every single trick that he's learned through 17 years in this business, because the facts are the facts. And that Monster Abyss can keep that chain shortened to where he's got Raven in his grasp. I don't care who you are. When there's 100 pounds weight difference, it's gonna cost you. Raven's gonna have to use every single trick in the book.
Abyss obviously will use that chain as the great equalizer to try and exploit the size advantage that he has. Oh my! And there's Exhibit A.
And look at that, and again, this match, there is no surrender. You can't tap out.
You can't throw in the towel.
You can't throw in the towel. It's just gonna be brutal, and you can just plan on it. And it's just getting started.
Yeah, expect the level of violence in this one to be off the charts. This is gonna be just absolutely barbaric.
Get the little children out of the room, because you're gonna see things here that people shouldn't see. You're gonna see torture unlike anything you've ever seen before.
And it may begin with a steel chair, as Abyss is gonna wedge it between the top and middle turnbuckle.
Again, right there you can see where James Mitchell comes into play. I mean, he's got a game plan, and he has Abyss on it right off the top.
Big boot from Abyss sends Raven out to the floor.
I don't know what Raven's game plan is, but it's not working thus yet. Oh, wait a minute, he grabs the chair and throws it at Abyss.
And just flings.
Another one at Abyss.
Tossing chair after chair into the ring. I think trying at this point maybe to distract Abyss.
It's a good move. If I'm Abyss, though, that is working, because if I'm Abyss, I pull back on that chain. Raven knows that he's just not expecting this.
Half a dozen or more chairs.
Oh! And all through that, he pulls him into the one that Abyss set up.
I think that was exactly the strategy, the game plan of Raven. Distract him, toss him a series of chairs, and at that point, use your strength. Oh! Yank on that steel chain, drive him face first into the chair, and as they drop out to the arena floor, Raven going to use the chain like a weapon. Oh, Abyss, fortunately for him, gets out of the way, but just momentarily.
Look at the size of that chain. I mean, this thing is just thick as anything we've ever seen in the ring. And the weight is unbelievable.
Right. Unforgiving steel chain taken by Raven, driven across the back of the Monster Abyss, and Raven looks underneath the ring. Looks like he's got a table.
Oh, he's gonna, and that's what Raven's got to do. Now we can see the plan. He's gonna throw the book at Abyss. He knows he can't do it just with his fists. He's got to use chairs. He's got to use tables. He's got to use. Oh my gosh!
He tried to use his fist that time. He wrapped the steel chain around his hand. He charged at the Monster Abyss, but Abyss was able to move out of the way, and he caught nothing but steel ring post.
Oh, think about that. I mean, that could break your fingers catching that post like that with the chain in between it. Raven, though, if anybody can block out pain, it's Raven. Oh, and you can see Abyss goes right for that hand. Good lefts, though, by Raven. Oh, he's got him in the choke slam.
He's got him choked.
Oh, here he
Is he going to go for the choke slam?
He's going to try to slam him into the table.
Raven fights him off. Series of back elbows to the side of the head. And, walk right into that knee.
Oh, grabs him by the hair and throws him back in. Abyss able to somehow stop the momentum. And this is going to be all about momentum.
And right now, it's on the side of the challenger, Abyss. Gets back into the ring, has something in mind, gonna pick up one of the steel chairs.
Oh, he had plans for that chair from the beginning. He's gonna figure out a way to use it. Setting it right there on top of Raven.
Has that chair positioned on his chest. And now, Abyss headed up to the middle rope.
You can see him getting himself worked
And,
out.
oh!
Feel the weight of that. I thought Raven might be setting him up to get away. But he wasn't, and oh man, he's writhing in pain.
Imagine the impact. 350 pounds coming off the middle rope and crashing down across the chest with the chair in place. Pin attempt? No, just two.
I'll tell you what, nice kick out there by Raven. He was also able to use his knee in that kick out and give a shot to the head of Abyss. But you can see he's, I mean, that's, you got to think about the fact he could be bleeding internally. He could have cracked ribs. I mean, that weight coming down on a steel chair. Like I said, folks, this is not for the faint of heart.
Now he has something else in mind, stacking up the chairs. Well, Raven is in serious trouble here in his first NWA World title defense.
And you've got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
And no chance of tapping out or submitting. You've got to take all this pain. You got to try and fight through it and fight back. But no, look, now he's got him. He's got him on top of the stack of chairs, and he's going to try and splash him again.
And here he goes. Look at this. Raven gets out of the way, and Abyss catches all of them. I think Raven realized it there and let him set it up. That's what he's got to use. He's got to use his diabolical mind right there. And anytime he can use something against Abyss, he's got to do it.
That time he went for either a leg drop or a backsplash off the ropes, but Raven able to roll out of the way. Abyss crashed down into the chairs, but Abyss is back up to his feet first. Still trying to regroup, though.
Yeah, Raven's still reeling from that shot he took from the chair into the chest. Let's face it. Yeah, Abyss hit the 4 chairs, but he hit him on the backside. Raven took that blow right into the chest. But now we're talking about using the chain as a weapon.
This is something that we saw earlier on our Impact broadcast a couple of weeks ago when he took the steel chain and wrapped it around the neck of Raven and choked the life out of him. But Raven going to try and fight him off. A pair of steel chair shots to the head.
First one just barely stunned Abyss, but now Raven's got some momentum and he's giving him a little bit more power.
Waffled him with that shot. Raven looking around the ring, picking up.
It looks like
the stapler.
Yes, it looks like the staple gun right there. You can see it.
And again in this matchup, it is anything goes.
Raven's still holding that chest or the belly there from that one shot. He hasn't recovered fully from it. Not that he ever will. What's he doing right here? Oh, he's got what's it, some kind of a bill. I don't know what the...
Oh!
Stapled the bill right...
Oh my God, right into his head!
Oh, and you can see the blood flowing. Holy cow, look at the blood. Oh, it was going to be bloody, but he just stapled it right to him.
Don't think there's any question about that staple gun being empty ever again! He stapled him a second time!
Oh, this is unreal. This is going to take away the focus of Abyss. Look at this. As you can see the bill stapled right in. You can see the blood flowing from the head.
We knew it was going to be barbaric, and so far it's been everything that we expected. Abyss has been...
Oh, I'll tell you, that's where James Mitchell came into play.
Momentary distraction.
And it was just instinct by Abyss as he realized he had to pull back as he's trying to pull the stapled bill out of his head. And that was just Raven's way of showing everybody here what is entailed in this match.
And Abyss used that 100-pound weight advantage to use all of that weight and yank on the chain and send Raven flying into the steel ring post. Wow, look at this strategy. Finding a way to get into the ring so that the post isn't in the way of the steel chain, and Raven now has been busted open, both men bleeding from the head.
Well, we knew it was going to get bloody. There's no way you can't when you're getting hit by chairs and chains and tables, and it's just gotten brutal here as they're fighting over here by us right now. And
series of right hands by the monster Abyss, and there you see James Mitchell right in his ear.
I'll tell you what I keep noticing, Abyss has to adjust his mask. I think the blood's getting in his eyes. The blood flow that's coming down is getting in his eyes. But there's no surrender.
Moving the steel safety rails around. and positioning, and now setting up a table with the help of Mitchell.
And if you're the referee, what are you going to do? You're not going to go in there and stop him.
You're just there for one thing, to make the 3 count.
That's exactly right. Mitchell's out here. He can do anything he wants. Rudy Charles has just got to count the pin. That's all he can do. And try to stay out of the way, Rudy.
One table in place. Raven tries to get back up to his feet. Abyss knocks him back down. And now with the help of Mitchell, they've got 3 tables.
He's saying he wants to, I think he wants to stack up another one. I don't know, he's going right back at Raven again. Oh, look at this.
Gonna take him up the ramp. Gonna try and get some elevation here.
Oh no, this is scary when you think of what the results could be. Plus, Raven's just trying to find a safe haven.
It's so dangerous with that steel chain wrapped around your neck.
And there is no safe haven because of the chain. You can see Raven fighting over to the other side. Abyss, though, is focused on getting a hold of him, Mike.
Well, you're right. There really is nowhere to run or hide for anyone, and he's got him throttled at this point. Gonna take him up. Gonna try and choke slam him, but Raven fighting it off.
Anything he can do, and again, he's got him, though. Look at this right here. It's the 2 tables right below the Raven knows how close it is. Oh, look. And he knocks it back into the tables. It cost Abyss.
By any means necessary.
Oh, if there's any way to see that, as you can see Raven catching his breath, but that's what Raven does. He knows how to use things against you, and that bill is still
stapled into his forehead. My God!
Sick. Oh, jeez.
Crashing down, breaking through 2 of the tables.
James Mitchell's got to find a way to somehow. Oh, look at this! Oh, that was brutal! As Abyss pulled on the chain, and the table that Mitchell set up, he just pulls Raven right in it.
I think Raven thought that Abyss was unconscious, that he was knocked out, and it allowed him to take a momentary breather. But that was just when Abyss turned the tables on him, so to speak, turned the tide, cranking and yanking on the chain.
Look at the disgust on these faces as they're looking down on it. Yeah, when you're chained like that, Mike, there is no breathers. A guy can just roll over and the momentum can pull you.
I think we're all amazed, the fans as well, at the level of violence of this NWA World's title matchup.
But you put these 2 people chained together and there's going to be no other result. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be bloody. Oh, look at this, pulling on the mouth.
Hey, Raven!
Look at this.
Surrender now? Oh, that's right. You can't, genius. Make him squeal, Abyss.
And he just made a good point. There is no surrender. No matter what he's doing, he can't.
Oh, my God. Cranking back and yanking on the head of Raven while he's got the steel chain wrapped around his face.
And I think people got a good look right there if you haven't figured out how big that chain is. And he's just dragging him across the concrete.
Why? Because he can with a 100-pound weight advantage.
Oh, man. Raven trying to hold on, but I mean, where can you go? You're chained to him. That's why I question this match by Raven.
Abyss going underneath the 6-sided ring to come out with yet another table.
I'll tell you what, it just keeps getting more brutal as Raven's just thrashing back and forth on the ramp, trying to get up, and he does! And he just goes right for it and slams Abyss into the table.
Oh, man, you talk about a desperation move.
You heard
it certainly paid off. Pin attempt outside the ring that time by Raven after crashing him through the table. Take another look.
Look at this, and you can hear the primal scream that he gave right here in front of us as he was focused on one thing. But again, you can't get away, Mike. You can't even get away to get a breather because you're still chained to your opponent.
Raven back up to his feet, but so is the monster Abyss, who's going to roll inside the ring. Raven follows in, as well as senior official Rudy Charles. NWA World's heavyweight title at stake. No surrender for either of these men, and this has been just brutally violent. Discus clothesline takes him down.
I'll tell you what, it's amazing when you see a couple, a few blows like that spinning around and realize that's the least brutal thing you see. Oh, it's Raven just trying to, I think, wear Abyss down where he can find his moment to take him out.
Bulldog by Raven. Gonna go for the DDT. spiked him, dropped him on his head. 2.
No, not gonna happen there.
Don't see that very often. Usually when Raven hits that DDT, it guarantees the 1, 2, 3. But that time Abyss able to kick out of the Raven effect.
Both these guys are busted up. They're both bleeding. And there Raven sends Abyss, and now he's got him. Basically hanging him here from the ropes.
Again, a very dangerous situation here. The clothesline takes him over to the apron, and now he's got the chain wrapped around and around his neck.
Double wrapped, and there he's pulling on it. And now using his foot for leverage. Just pulling back. Abyss is just absolutely got nowhere he can move.
That's
He's
the
just
key.
trying to breathe.
Nowhere to move, nowhere to go for Abyss. James Mitchell came, shot to the back.
Well, he had to do something because there was nothing he could do, and he broke the cane.
Right over the back of Raven.
And again, there's nothing Rudy Charles can do about James Mitchell. Not in this match.
Oh, you see Raven, the eyeballs rolling back into his head as he tries to regroup, tries to clear the cobwebs.
Wait a minute. Abyss has gotten the collar loose.
You're right, he's out of the collar. Pin, 2.
He's got it now. Raven finds a way to kick out. But I don't think Raven realizes that Abyss is no longer hooked in.
Near fall for the challenger, almost taking the NWA World Heavyweight title away from Raven in his first title defense. Huge advantage here for the monster Abyss.
Oh, he's free, and it's got to feel a bit like freedom.
Looking underneath the ring for what? What happened?
Oh, we know.
No.
We've seen it used so many times. And we know the devastation it can cause.
He's got that bag, which in the past we have seen, you mentioned it on several occasions, it's filled with thousands and thousands of thumbtacks.
And why not? We've seen chairs used in every which way, tables used in every form, chains used in every form. And look what he's doing right here.
Sure.
Oh, look at this.
Ripping the shirt.
That's just disrespect.
It's not that.
He wants
it's to
to feel-
expose the
yes.
back of Raven so that when he takes the tacks and spreads them around the ring, he can take Raven and slam him unprotected into the tacks.
Oh,
That's the game plan.
He wants him to feel every bit of the pain. That's what I'm saying. It was just the fact that he wasn't going to allow him any kind of mercy whatsoever.
The thousands of tacks being positioned around the ring by the monster Abyss. He's got Raven by the head.
Raven still chained to the collar. Keep that in mind.
And Abyss now sets Raven up on the top so that there's more force, so that there's more impact, so that he's coming from a higher angle when he crashes him down. Who just ran by us? Somebody just...
Wait a minute.
That's Cassidy Riley.
He's trying to sling Abyss back. Cassidy Riley, who's obviously been showing some loyalty to Raven. We saw it earlier.
The young kid who had his fingers broken by Raven, but ever since that point, he's been a follower of Raven.
Well, Raven has that effect on some people, but I'll tell you what, it wasn't a smart move. The only thing it did do was save Raven. But you know what? If James Mitchell can be out there helping him, why can't Cassidy Riley come out to help Raven?
Choke slam right through the table. Cassidy Riley knocked out. Now, Abyss.
Gonna finish what he started, Mike.
Exactly. Corner mount, gonna rain in those blows. Big right-handed clubbing shots to the head. Oh, Raven just crumbled right down in the corner.
But he's not. Oh! Slammed it right into the back right there, and you see him flopping around. He's lucky he had his shirt on.
He just power bombed him into the thousands of tacks. Here's the pin. 1, 2.
No! Not enough! I'll tell you what, fighting through the pain right there, that's amazing.
How do you fight through the pain of those staple shots to the head? Then the thousands of tacks. Oh, went for the ring.
Black hole slam!
Wind him up, drop him down. 2.
Now he somehow gets out of it!
Just 2.
Unbelievable! I'll tell you, man, that's what makes a champion a champion. Fighting out of that, and keep in mind, Abyss is clearing the dog collar. Raven still strapped to it, which makes it a hindrance.
And what an incredible performance here by the challenger as well, as the Monster Abyss has just been able to fight through all of the pain and all of the torture inflicted by the champion Raven.
He's concentrating a pile right there, and he's got him. Oh, Raven
went for the choke slam.
Oh, he get him into the ground. You gotta be kidding me.
Raven up there. He went.
You gotta be kidding.
Right into the tags too.
You got it.
He keeps the title. Raven retains the NWA World Heavyweight title.
Oh, was that brutal?
Yes, it was. It was as brutal, as violent, and as barbaric as we expected.
But Raven outsmarted him. Saw the opportunity. He saw where the tags were, and just look at that. Just DDT'd his head into the pile.
Thumbtacks all over the body of Abyss. His head, his hand, his back. And Raven remains the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion.
Unbelievable match. And oh, come on. Had enough of this. Enough already.
He promised that we would hear from him, Don, throughout the night at No Surrender. And here is the former, and let me underline that word, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Jarrett.
I mean, it's like a disease. You can't get rid of.
The nightmare's over. I'm about to give you a reality wake-up call. Because there's no one or nobody that can stop me from coming to that ring and taking back what is rightfully mine. TNA has always been and will always be my world. Raven, get ready.
Jarrett headed to the ring to confront the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
If you look in the ring, in the back of the ring, there he is.
It's Rhino.
I came to give you some advice. Turn around.
Oh, Gore! Gore! Rhino! I don't believe it. He sided with Jarrett.
Introducing the challenger, weighing in at 270 pounds. He is the man beast, Rhino!
Well, Mike, today, he said the one thing that he was going to bring to Raven was pain. And Raven said he enjoys pain. He lives for pain. We'll see who's going to be right.
And introducing his opponent, he is the current reigning and defending NWA Heavyweight Champion of the world. This is Raven.
Loaded for bear. Weapons are illegal. It was June 19, 2005. Raven wins the King of the Mountain. He satisfies. He fulfills the multi-year quest to become NWA World Champion. He survived against the Monster Abyss in July at No Surrender. And now he faces another very incredibly tough challenge in the man-beast Rhino.
You can see right there, Raven's rules mean there are no rules. You see chains, you see crutches, you see garbage cans. I even saw a plunger. I mean, the shopping cart's gonna be in play. That's what Raven's rules means, and this is something that he is very familiar with. We've seen so many different Raven-type matches in TNA history, and this is one that plays right up his alley.
Well, you're right. Weapons, they're not only legal, they're encouraged under Raven's rules. It's no disqualifications. Look out if you're inside the impact zone tonight, because this is Falls Count Anywhere. Look at that trash can. Wow.
I'll tell you what, for those fans that are right there at the rail, you better be careful. Just keep your eye out. Anything can be flying at you at any time.
Rhino's got a kendo stick. I think Raven has picked one up as well, and now you see the duel. Almost a sword fight with those Singapore canes.
You can see Raven right there, trying to show him a little of his
Raven maybe
kung fu move.
It was a broom handle maybe instead of the stick, but whatever. Vicious shots to the back of the face. First goes Rhino.
He used it to his advantage, and then he hits him with the crutch right there. And oh, this is going to be brutal, and you know it will be. As you can see him applying it right to the head right there of Rhino.
You're right, just took the crutch and raked it right across the face and the eyes of the challenger, the man-beast Rhino.
You know, I'm trying to think of who would have an advantage of a match of this type, and it's got to be Raven. I mean, this guy is diabolical. He's twisted. You know, we've seen him go through some of the worst tortures and pain you could go through in his history of TNA.
See what Rhino was just using there? He had the nunchucks, but he had them wrapped around the throat of the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and Raven fights back.
I'll tell you what, look at you can see the ring is just littered with different things. And again, is that the pizza cutter again? He's going right after Rhino, and you can see him trying to grind something right there into his head. I can't quite see.
Yeah, he's got some kind of a weapon, and he's raking.
It is the pizza cutter.
It was the pizza cutter. We saw the damage that did to Jarrett.
Well, we know what it can do. We've seen it happen.
He's got the two baking pans now. He's got those two tins.
There's the sign.
Gosh, look at the blood flowing from the head of Rhino after Raven used that pizza cutter as a weapon.
Obviously, he saw how effective it was against Jeff Jarrett at Sacrifice and realized, hey, it worked once, it'll work again, and he was right. Just one thing after another, and he's applying it right where he applied the pizza cutter right there. And folks, I'm going to tell you something. Get the little kids out of the room right now.
Look out, watch out.
This is going to be brutal, and if you're squeamish, I can tell you this is not the match for you. Anything and everything is in play.
Don beat the keg.
There's a keg right here.
He just put him head first right into the beer keg.
Oh, no, Rhino is busted open bad.
Be prepared, Don, to bail out the unpredictability of this match. Raven picking up a ladder. Boy, we're just feet away, just a couple of feet away from Rhino, and you see the blood just flowing out of his head.
Oh, Rhino's going to have to reach in and try to find something because it's been all Raven right now, and you can see the loss of blood already in Rhino. And then he picks up the keg right here. Oh, man!
What an advantage this is for Raven to draw blood so early in the match. But Rhino fights back, caught him a second time with that big loaded beer keg.
I mean, you're talking about what, 7,500 pounds? And you busted somebody? How many people can even pick those things up, let alone pick them up and sling them at you? Oh, the head of the head!
Directly, he took the Singapore cane and drove it right into the head of Rhino. Again, because of this loss of blood from the challenger Rhino so early in the match, as the bout progresses, that has to play right into Raven's hands, and it has to give him a huge advantage because it's going to sap the strength of Rhino.
Oh, this is brutal. Those cane shots hurt so bad. They stink so bad, and just apply it after everything else you're going through. And then you look at the crimson mask right there on the face of Rhino, and look at this. I mean, Raven's going to just... He is total advantage Raven right now.
Submission move applied as Raven cinches in the ankle lock as the blood flows from the head of Rhino.
Oh, man, it's just... And the more pressure that Raven applies, the faster the blood flows out of the head.
Right out, what he said.
Oh, you can see it right there.
Oh, God, Rhino, he's trying to fight through the pain of the ankle lock. At the same time, he's trying to clear his vision with the blood flowing into his eyes. And fortunately for the challenger, he grabs that bottom rope and gets the break.
You know, there comes a point, though, where you get numb. You get numb to the pain. And that's what's going to have to happen for Rhino. Nice right hand right there by Rhino as he gives it to Raven. And Raven wisely realizes it's time to be smart, get out of the ring and catch his breath. But here comes Rhino. Persistent, not letting up for a minute. Oh, nice chair shot right to the back of Raven. Oh, man.
Steel chair directed with authority twice to the back of the champion.
I'll tell you what, you don't hear Raven scream often, but you did right there.
Now what's Rhino gonna go for it?
Oh, he's got the garbage can.
Trash can in hand, and
Oh, man, did he hit it squarely.
what a shot to the head of Raven.
Keep in mind, falls count anywhere in this match.
Part of the deal, that's part of Raven's rules.
Sometimes you forget about it. I guarantee you Raven won't. But
Rhino gonna roll Raven back into the ring, maybe because there's more weapons inside this six-sided ring that he can use for his advantage.
well, sometimes you like to be in a familiar place also, a place where you're comfortable at. Maybe he felt a little crowded down there by the crowd. They know how much the crowd loves. Raven busted open. It was from that garbage can shot, as you can see Raven bleeding right there.
You're right, both men have been busted wide open at the head. Rhino now for several minutes has had the blood flowing, obviously the loss of strength, the trouble with the vision, but in a sense that's been influenced here because Raven has been split open as well. Trash can.
What a kick! You can see Raven holding the can for protection, and it didn't help him right there. But you wonder how much Rhino's going to have in the tank. The longer this goes, the more blood loss he's going to have. And now, though, he realizes Raven's busted open, he just grinds that foot over it.
You're right. The bottom of the boot of Rhino going directly into the face and directly into the cut. Like a charging freight train went into the corner. Raven moves out of the way. The ankle lock.
I'll tell you what, man, Raven was waiting for it. He was prepared for it, and he got right into it. Look at how Raven's pulling back. I mean, the leg is not meant to bend that way, and Raven knows it. Oh, you can just see the pain on Rhino's face as he's trying to get somewhere to break the hold.
That's what he's got to do, Don. In order to survive here, he's got to fight through that pain. He's got to shut that pain out. And in the process, he's got to try and make it to the ring ropes to get a break.
Oh, he's getting, I'll tell you, look at the legs of Rhino, though. I mean, this guy, oh, that's how you do it. Find another weapon to use.
You're right, he's got those legs, he's got the big legs, he's got the calves like tree trunks. He used,
Oh, wait a minute, he's got a staple gun right there, a big staple gun.
got the staple gun in hand, and he's headed to the NWA Champion.
Oh, what's he going, oh, he's just applying it right to the head. Oh, man, you think about those things, they're meant to go through, you know, inches, solid inches of wood right there, and it's just right into the skull.
Match has turned dramatically in the favor of the challenger. Staple gun again, right into the top of the head.
Oh, man, does that hurt. And I'm 50 feet away.
What did Rhino promise in the pre-match interview?
Pain.
And it's exactly what he's delivering. Oh, God, what a chair shot.
Well, Raven says he loves pain. He thrives on pain. Well, we're going to find out how much he does. Because Rhino is at that point where he's not feeling his pain. You can just see it. He's numb to it.
The prone body of Raven, positioned across the steel chair. This is 270 pounds from the top.
Oh! He gets out of the way, though. That's the 17 years of experience there of Raven. And Rhino takes it straight into the gut.
Rhino goes for the splash off the top. The champ rolls out of the way. And Rhino crashes down across the steel chair.
I'll tell you something, it's been done equally by both men right there. It looked like Raven had the early advantage. Rhino able to fight through everything he's gone through, and now both men can barely get to their feet.
I have to agree with you. Very competitive match. Yes, Raven had the advantage in the early going. Now it's been Rhino coming right back, but desperation moves by Raven. Series of shoulder blocks. Rhino tries to fight back, and Raven, big left hands, and then the discus clothesline.
I'll tell you what, you see the force there that Rhino's head hit the mat. Oh no, Raven now doing things his way.
Dropping with the lariat. Champ now senses that he's in control. Measuring him for the Raven effect. No, instead, caught him with a high running knee. That's one of the moves that he uses to try and weaken his opponent, to try and set him up for that Raven effect DDT.
Absolutely. And another thing it's good for at this point is maybe to start that blood flowing again as he applied it right to the head.
Bulldog.
1, 2,
no. The familiar offensive pattern of Raven puts him in the driver's seat. The champ is taking it to Rhino. Now he's got the steel chair, gonna position it. You know the move. He loves to use that drop toe hold into the steel chair, but Rhino cuts him off.
I'll tell you what, that was just brute force right there by Rhino. He wasn't going to have anything of it. He just went straight at him, grabbed him, and just applied the pressure into the chair, going for the pin.
Rhino had that near leg hooked, went for the cover, went for the pin. Cassidy Riley, Raven's follower, coming down the ringside to cheer him on. Riley trying to get involved in this match.
Oh, there's the DDT.
DDT. Dropped him on his head. Cassidy Riley telling referee Rudy Charles to make the count. 2.
I tell you what, though, Cassidy Riley may have backfired. He cost him the pin right there because he was, you could see him saying he's sorry.
I think it's exactly what happened.
He was trying to do the good thing and it ended up being the wrong thing.
Ladder right into the gut of Raven.
Oh, this is brutal, folks.
The fanatic follower of Raven, Cassidy Riley, in essence, costing him the chance right there to get the 3 count and to retain the NWA title. Let's see if Rhino can take advantage.
Oh, look at this. He's got that ladder set up there against the chair, trying to find a way to use it. Although Raven, though, has found the advantage. Oh, my gosh, he just bent the ladder right there. Did you see that? Raven just applied the power. It's over right here. 2, 1. Rhino able to get the shoulder up.
Put the 270-pound man beast. Oh, God, he just, look at that. He just bent the ladder in half, but Rhino amazingly powers out at 2.
You know, we always talk about the strength of Rhino, but Raven's showing that he's got the same strength, and I mean, that was just, oh, did you see that? Rhino using that ladder to his advantage, and he just pulled back on it, and it caught Raven right in the chin.
Well, you're right. Rhino snapped the ladder back, and the steel went directly into the face of the champion. Challenger rolls in. Can he pin him and win the title?
Oh, this is his opportunity right here, if he can get over there. 1, 2, oh, Raven, no. He got that shoulder up with authority right there, too.
You can sense that there's so much at stake here, and both of these men are trying to fight through the pain because they realize that the NWA World Heavyweight title is at stake. Now, Rhino out to the floor. He's got that shopping cart.
I told you anything can come into play.
And he just used the shopping cart to knock down Raven.
I mean, we've seen a keg, we've seen a pizza cutter, we've seen a shopping cart.
Is he going to try and get this thing? He is. He's going to try and get it inside the ring.
Obviously, Rhino understands Raven's rules, and he has no problem playing by them.
And he's adapting very well, and he's got the NWA champion on the defensive.
But I'll tell you what, Raven, though, oh, look at this, as he goes right at him.
He just rammed the shopping cart right into the midsection and probably lower of the challenger Rhino.
You can see Rhino, oh, he brings the foot back, the leg back with the low blow on Raven, but it's survival. He just took a shot there himself.
Oh, man. Attempted the gore. Raven missed it. Oh, drop toe hold head first into the cart.
Unbelievable as he busts right into the back of the cart. Of course, the cart can't go anywhere, and then stuck